And this one is in the air, and we are underway, and it is through the end zone for a touchback. And Northwest Missouri State will start at the 25-yard line. John, excited to have the Broncos undefeated. Haven't been this undefeated this late in the season in 20 years. A lot of excitement around UCO football right now.
Yeah, the Broncos started 6-0 in 2004, so looking to match that output today. To get to the 7-0 mark, you have to go back to 1999 for the Broncos. So definitely trying to make some history here are the Broncos this season, and they're going to have to play well today if they want to do so.
On first down, the quarterback is Runke. Young is the running back. In the pistol, it's a handoff to Young, running left, looking to bounce outside. Nothing doing. Dylan Buckheit in with Willie Rice on the tackle. Jack Puckett in there as well. It's going to be a loss of 1 back to the 24. I want to remind you, if you're listening or watching today, we'd love to hear from you here in the booth. John, tell the people how they can reach out to us.
UCOradio@gmail.com through your email. Shoot us a message. Let us know where you're at, who you're rooting for, anything you want to talk about. We'll give you a shout-out on the air. We want to hear from everyone out there.
Second down and 11. Here's a pitch play going right, turned up at the 25 out to the 30-yard line. First carry of the game for Dominic Myers. And he gains 6 on the play, so gets about half of it back. It sets up an early third down for Northwest Missouri State, a 3rd and 5 at their own 30.
This UCO defense has been really good this year for the Broncos, as has the offense. But you want to set the tone early, get a 3-and-out on the first possession of the game, so a really big play here for the Bronco defense.
3rd down and 5 from the right hash. Runke takes the snap. Has time, throws over the middle, pass caught, going to be short of the first down. About a yard short of the marker. That pass was caught by Eric Richardson, but it's going to be a 4th down and 1. And we'll see if Northwest Missouri State sends out the punt team. Surely they will on this first possession, and it looks like the punt team is being ready to go out on the field. Nice 3-and-out for the Bronco defense to start.
Yeah, a good start for the home team, exactly what they wanted to do, set the tone early, get their offense on the field. This UCO offense has been one of explosive plays this year, and an offense minus the Central Missouri game that has started very early and scored quickly. Broncos looking to do the same today.
Cole Lamel is the punter. He'll kick it away. It's a wobbly kick that Kobe Stevens lets bounce at the 31. It takes a huge Northwest Missouri State bounce all the way inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. That is a great punt. That's a 40-yard punt, or excuse me, a 60-yard punt with no return. And it's a 1st and 10 for UCO at their own 6.
Yeah, Coach Doral, I don't think, was too happy with Kobe Stevens letting that one hit the ground. The punt returner is out there to protect field position, not just to return punts. Sometimes you have to step up and catch those balls in difficult situations to prevent what happened right there. Kobe Stevens catches that ball. The Broncos have much better field position, but he chose to let it hit the turf. And now UCO is going to have to try and go 94 yards for a touchdown.
Jed Huff in the shotgun on first down with Jalen Cottrell to his right. Huff hands to Cottrell, running left, looking to bounce out of the 5, cuts it up and gets to about the 7. Good open field tackle that time made by Shane Fredrickson. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
And if you're new to watching UCO football, the Broncos do go fast. Not a lot of time between plays here.
2nd and 7. Handoff a fake handoff. Huff will keep it. He'll run to the right. He'll get out across the 10 near the 15. They'll mark him at the 13 where he started his slide. So, by the way, that was a 1-yard gain on first down, so it was 2nd and 9. That was I'm trying to do the math here. It's from the 7 out to the 13, so a 6-yard gain. Now he got a 3rd and 3. Huff on 3rd and 3, throwing right side, pass complete. It's going to be close to the sticks. It'll depend on the spot, and it is going to be right at the marker for Terrell Davis. So 3rd and 3, he runs the sticks route, gets 3 yards, and it's a 1st down for the Broncos.
And a 3-yard reception for Terrell Davis, going to bring his average way down, but hopefully the Broncos will see some long plays to Davis today as well.
Out to the 16 now, 1st and 10, UCO right hash. Huff, fake handoff, throws over the middle, tight end Dunn has it. Up across the 30, down the seam to the 35-yard line. Nice gain for Dominic Dunn. They'll mark him down at the 34, but it's 18 yards and another Bronco 1st down.
Not sure if that was a called play or just a hot route that Huff saw because of coverage, because that was a quick slant, and he hit Dunn for the big gain.
Huff looking left now, throws. Terrell Davis with another grab, his 2nd of the day. This one for about 8 yards, and he's banged out of bounds there. Out at the 42. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 2 for the Broncos. UCO hasn't subbed offensively yet. Moving fast with Huff again in the shotgun. Huff, play fakes, looking right, nothing open, going to run it. Going to try to get to the 1st down. He does, and he scoots out of bounds across the 45 to the 46. Huff that time, read pass, and when it wasn't open, did a great job to eat it and run for the 1st down.
Well, and a really nice job by Jalen Cottrell, who was out there as an eligible receiver, but then saw Huff put that thing down. He turned into a blocker and really helped Huff be able to get to that 1st down marker on the sideline.
Broncos go 5 receivers on 1st down from their own 46. This drive started back at their own 6. 11:04 to go, 1st quarter. Scoreless ball game. Huff with the empty backfield. 4-man rush, has time, throws, it's knocked down. Intended for Jalen Cottrell on a crossing route. Good coverage that time by Carter Edwards, stud linebacker for Northwest Missouri State. Be 2nd and 10.
Not a great decision, I don't feel like, by Huff to throw that football. Edwards was all over the receiver in a good way as far as coverage goes, and that was a dangerous pass to throw.
4 receivers now on 2nd down as William Mason in at running back. Gets the handoff left and nothing doing. Tried to bounce it outside, and he's going to lose back to the 42-yard line. That's a loss of about 4. Good work that time defensively for Northwest Missouri State by Langdon Kitchen to get out there. It's going to be a 3rd down and 14 now from the 42. 3 receivers right, 1 left for Huff from the left hash. Blitz coming. Huff throws upfield towards Schumann. It's incomplete. There's a flag down in the secondary. I'm counting real quick. Northwest Missouri State has 12 on the field.
Very nice. Not for the Bearcats.
Illegal substitution. Defense, 12 players in formation. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 3rd down.
And they had no idea, because even after the play, all 12 guys stayed out there standing around like they were going to run the next play. So Northwest Missouri State had no idea that there was one too many out there. And UCO will take that penalty and have a little more manageable attempt here on 3rd down.
So now it's a 3rd and 9 after the penalty for UCO from their own 47-yard line. Need to get it to the Northwest Missouri State 44 here for a 1st down. Left hash for Huff. Shotgun snap, 4-man rush, throws right side, going deep. A little hand fighting going on between receiver and defensive back, but no harm, no foul there. It's over the head of Davis and incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. And the Broncos do get out of jail off the goal line, but are going to have to punt it away.
And the punting game for the Broncos has been very strong this year. So hopefully they can continue that streak and give Northwest Missouri State less than favorable field position. Here's the most surprising early game update of the week, Todd. Emporia State, 2 minutes into the game, up 7-0 on Missouri Southern.
Grayson Miller will punt it away for UCO. Standing at his own 33-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 47. Peyton Hunt is the deep snapper for the Broncos. Snap is good. Miller with a good spiraling high kick. Goes over the head of the return man, and it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So Northwest Missouri State will have it at the 20-yard line. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 10:13 to go here in the 1st quarter. Scoreless ball game. This is UCO Bronco football.
For more than a decade, MidFirst Bank has proudly served as the exclusive banking partner of the University of Central Oklahoma Athletics. Through our partnership, we've donated more than $3 million to UCO and established the MidFirst Match Scholarship Fund. We also offer exclusive financial...
I don't think the ball's been put into play yet. Now it's whistled into play. Broncos showing blitz. All 3 linebackers walking up. 2 of them come. 5-man rush as Runke drops. Pressured, steps up, runs for a couple yards out across the 20 to the 22. And they will mark him down with a gain of a couple. Well, they gave him a good spot there. They gave him the end of the slide instead of the beginning, and it's a 3-yard run.
I want to say hey to Fred Staff, who emailed us from Bolivia. So taking the early lead in geographical distance on email. He was on the 62 National Championship team. He emailed us at ucoradio@gmail.com.
2nd and 7 from the 23. Runke, play action, looking left, throwing on the wheel route, has a man. It's caught near midfield. Did he drop it? He didn't hold on. Running back did not hold on. Was intended that time for Dominic Myers, and he went to the ground and couldn't hang on, and it'll be a second down incompletion, now 3rd and long. We've seen, John, in the last few years, Northwest Missouri State has hit the Broncos on that wheel route a couple times.
Yeah, but unfortunately for the Bearcats, you got to hang on to the ball. I saw some Bearcats on the far sideline like complaining to the official, but I mean it wasn't even really close to a catch.
He got a foot down. Just when he hit the ground out of bounds, he dropped the ball, but you got to complete it. So 3rd down and 7 from the 23. Need to get it to the 30 to the Bearcats. Runke, straight drop, 3-man rush. Has time, now stepping to his left, throwing across his body. It's caught, short gain to Young out at the 25. Jack Puckett wrestles him down after a gain of 2, and Northwest Missouri State will punt it right back to the Broncos.
Yeah, nice job by that UCO defense, and really kind of fortunate on the dropped pass because that would have been a big gain and an easy first down for Northwest Missouri State, but unable to hang on to the ball, and the defense steps up on 3rd down and makes a big play. UCO should have better field position than they did last time, but you can't let the ball bounce, inside the 5-yard line.
From the 25 this time, Lamel will kick it away. It's a higher, longer kick. Stevens has to go back, and I don't know if he touched it or not, but it went out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Another good punt from Cole Lamel. That one, 47 yards with no return. Good hang time as well, and the Broncos will have it at their own 28, 1st and 10.
You wonder if that's a product of Stevens being, kind of coached up on the last one, like, hey, you got to go catch that ball. And it's funny because it looked like he was going to catch that ball no matter where it went. Fortunately for the Broncos, it went out of bounds. Doral immediately went and high-fived him, probably to give him a little bit of confidence, like, hey, that's what we want to see, that effort, but got to hang on to that football.
Let's look around the conference today. There are 5 games in the MIAA today. We start with Missouri Western and Central Missouri. That game in Warrensburg today, and this is going to shock you. Zach Zabrowski's thrown for a touchdown in the first 2.5 minutes of that game. It's 7-0 Central Missouri early on. We've got our game here that's underway, scoreless, 8:54 to go first quarter here between the Broncos and the Bearcats. And one other game underway, that's Emporia State and Missouri Southern. Emporia leading that game by a score of 7-0 early on. The touchdown, Billy Ross Jr., who's an Oklahoma City kid, with a... look, Missouri Southern just added a field goal. So, 7-3 now our score. Emporia State leads Missouri Southern in that ball game. We've also got a game kicking at 2 o'clock today between Pitt State and Nebraska Kearney. That one in Kearney, Nebraska. And we've got a 7 o'clock game tonight between Fort Hays State and Washburn in the MIAA.
And another game that we're going to want to keep our eyes on tonight, Todd, 6 o'clock kickoff in Tahlequah. Northeastern State, former MIAA member, hosts Lincoln, former MIAA member, in a battle of teams that were kind of traditionally at the bottom of the MIAA. But the reason we want to keep our eye on that one is we're traveling to Tahlequah next week to have a non-conference game against the Riverhawks, play for the President's Cup. And so excited to renew that rivalry for another year. And we'll see if the Riverhawks can get their first win of the year today against Lincoln.
Out of the timeout, 1st down and 10 for the Broncos from their own 28. Huff fakes the handoff, throws left side. First catch for Ashton Schumann, out of bounds across the 30 to the 34. 6-yard out route on 1st down. They'll mark him at the 33, so we'll call it a 5-yard out route. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
2nd down.
Broncos moving quick as Huff again claps his hands and gets the snap. Looking left side, man open, Dunn at the 50, 45, 40. He might go. Dominic Dunn down the sideline, 15, 10, 5, wrestled down near the end zone. Is he in? He's out at the 1. Dominic Dunn down to the 1-yard line.
They like to call you out at the 1. That's what Coach, to call you down at the 1. That's what Coach Gary Howard used to say a lot in film. And the ball got to the pylon, but they're going to say that
that's a touchdown.
Stepped out. I think it's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
I might challenge that one if I'm Coach Doral, but he also may have the confidence that the Broncos can push this thing in and may not want to waste that challenge just yet.
66 yards on the pass and catch from Jet Huff to Dominic Dunn. 1st and goal inside the 1. Handoff fullback Andrew Carney into the pile. No official signal yet. He looks in and he is. Touchdown Broncos. 8:32 to go in the first, and UCO strikes first on a 1-yard Andrew Carney touchdown run.
And set up by, obviously, the big pass play from Jet Huff to Dominic Dunn. A great run by Dunn to get down to the 1-yard line, and quite frankly, should have got his name in the paper for the touchdown. But we'll give it to Andrew Carney, and we'll all celebrate together. 6-0 Broncos, PAT pending.
Quevedo on for the extra point. Huff will hold it. Peyton Hunt will snap it back. Snap is good. The ball is down. The kick is away. It looks like it was partially blocked, but it does get through. Looked like a wounded duck, but it's through the uprights, and that's all that matters. 8:32 to go first quarter. UCO 7, Northwest Missouri State 0. This is UCO Bronco football. A 66-yard pass from Jet Huff to Dominic Dunn gets the Broncos on the board as Quevedo with a high kick, returnable from the 2. Out across the 10 to the 15, angling left, out across the 25 near the 30-yard line. Decent return there for Northwest Missouri State, as that was Jake Weber on the return. And Northwest Missouri State will start at the 29. Connor Johnson with the tackle on special teams for the Broncos. Don't forget you can reach us here in the booth, ucoradio@gmail.com. John will be monitoring.
Yeah, we've got several in, and we'll certainly get to them as we have time here, but Northwest Missouri State lined up for first down.
Runke from the left hash with Tank Young behind him in the pistol. Broncos show blitz. Buckheit might have been offside there. A flag comes in as Young gets the handoff running left for a yard. And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty on UCO as Dylan Buckheit jumped and couldn't quite get back.
Yeah, got to be disciplined in that situation. You know, you've been 3 and out with Northwest Missouri State on the first 2 possessions. You don't want to give them free yardage, and now they're going to have 3 plays to get 5 yards to move the chains for the first time today.
So now 1st and 5 from the 34 after that penalty. Pistol formation again as Runke hands to Young. Right side this time. Young cuts it up at the 35, gets slung down about the 38. Noah West came in and got him. 3-yard gain on the play. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 2.
We'll say hi to the Holcombs listening in Tulsa or watching the stream. Parents of Ryan Holcomb, who's in the Stampede of Sound, UCO band. Band out here doing a great job today supporting the Broncos as always, and we want to say thanks for the Holcombs for reaching out to us. UCOradio@gmail.com.
Line of scrimmage is the 37. It's a 2nd down and 2 for Northwest Missouri State. Runke hands again. Up the middle and not much doing. It's going to be close to the first down, depending on the spot. It looks to be about a yard short. That was Myers in it running back that time for the Bearcats, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, big stuff led by Hunter Largent and that front unit of the UCO defense. Largent lost his helmet in the play, so unfortunately the big guy has to come off here on this 3rd and 1. That's a play you want him lined up against the center, but he has to come off for this play.
Had a chance to talk to Adam Dorrell about Hunter Largent. Loves his leadership, says he's been one of the biggest factors in their defensive improvement this year. 3rd down and 1. Runke pitching to Young, left side. Young turns it up. He's going to get the first down, but not much more. He gets to the 41. It's a run of 3. Zane Adams gets out there to get him, and it'll be a first down for the Bearcats. And really that first down was thanks to that first down offside penalty on the Broncos. 1st and 10 from the 41. 6:39 to go first quarter, 7-0 UCO. Runke sends a receiver in motion right, now back left. 2 each side as he takes the shotgun snap and drops to throw. Rolling right, pressured, looking upfield, throwing deep, has a man. It's overthrown and incomplete. Broncos got him out of the pocket. Runke threw that one on the run and threw it over the wrong shoulder of his receiver that time. For UCO in coverage was Dalton Hurd. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Hey, want to say hi to our friend Brandon Meisner, who's probably watching the stream today, founder of D2Football.com. He's a big Northwest Missouri guy and had a stroke earlier this year. He's going through some rehab. We love Brandon. We love all he does for D2Football.com. We want to send our best wishes out to him in his recovery.
2nd down and 10 as Runke will throw left side on the screen, and that's out across the 45 to the 47 as Eric Richardson made the grab. Good job defensive line-wise by Wesley Hudson to get out there and make the play for the Broncos.
I'll expand on that real quick that Brandon started D2Football.com when I was a senior here at UCO, and it brought so much more notoriety to D2 football and a community where people could communicate, speak on message boards, get updates on teams, and it's really been a great website and a great community for the last 24 years.
3rd down and 4 from the 47 for Northwest Missouri State. Need to get it to the Bronco 49. Pass right side, complete. First down and more as the receiver gets away from the defender, runs inside the 35 to the 31-yard line. That was John Jajari who made the grab and gains all the way down to the Bronco 31. It's kind of an innocuous pass out on the edge that time, but the Bronco defensive back couldn't get him to the turf, and he stumbled forward for a good 15 yards after catch.
Yeah, a couple tackling efforts that I think will be coached up in film session. Just a couple of just two-hand touch, try to push him over type tackles, and you got to wrap up the ball carrier and get him to the turf.
First and goal, or first and 10, Bronco 31. The handoff to Myers, running right. Myers looking for the edge, turns it up at the 30, pushed out of bounds about the 26. It's J.K. Moore over there on the sideline who pushed him out after he ran for 5.
Number 16, J.K. Moore.
Missouri Western on the board at Central Missouri with a field goal. So Central Missouri leads the Griffins 7-3. About 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
So second down and 5 at the UCO 26-yard line. Under 5 minutes to play now, first quarter. Broncos up 7-0. UCO looking to improve to 6-0. Northwest Missouri State. I know it's early to say this, but looking to keep playoff hopes alive with this one. Runkey hands to Young up the middle, and it's blown up in the backfield. Coming up to get him was big Lamb Gordon, the senior from Montgomery, Alabama, makes the tackle back at the 28.
Yeah, that one went nowhere fast thanks to Gordon and his defensive line teammates stuffing that Northwest Missouri State offensive line there and bringing up a very big third down here in this bend but don't break UCO defense. Got to get a stop here.
Not much wind, but this will be deep field goal range. Might be 4-down territory here for the Bearcats. Third down and 7 from the Bronco 28. Straight drop for Runkey. Looking right, now left. Throws it in the flat to Young. Young trying to get the edge. Gets past Johnson. He's going to be close to the first down. He might have got it on second effort. I think he did.
Yeah, I think so too.
Good work by Tank Young to slip the first tackle and get that first down. 7-yard play, and the sticks move with the Bronco 21.
While they're moving the sticks, we'll say hi to Jennifer Wilson in Kansas City. That's Johnny Wilson's mom, big defensive lineman for the UCO Broncos. Jennifer, we're glad you reached out to us. UCOradio@gmail.com.
First and 10 at the Bronco 21-yard line. 10th play of the drive here for Northwest Missouri State. Runkey with 3 receivers right on the wide side. Looks there, throws it to a tight end on a crossing route inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. That was Zach Adkins, the 6'3", 240-pounder from Olathe, Kansas, sets up a first and goal on the 13-yard grab to the 8.
Northwest Missouri just systematically moving the ball down the field. One of the longer drives we've seen against this UCO defense this year, and trying to answer the bell after UCO takes the early 7-0 lead.
Drive has taken over 5.5 minutes off the clock now as Runkey hands it to Young, running right, can't get the edge. He's flung down at the 9 for a loss of 1. As Wesley Hudson got over to him, we called his name a couple times early on. It'll be back at the 9 for a second and goal.
Yeah, Braden Smith did a nice job from the nose guard position, the freshman out of Texas. He kind of forced the running back to change his running lane, and when he did that, there were other Bronco defenders there to make the stop.
From the 9-yard line, 4 receivers. Myers in at running back for Northwest Missouri State. Young, who's in at receiver, will go from right to left side. Looking to throw in the end zone over everybody and incomplete. The ball was thrown basically through the goalposts as Runkey had nobody open. He'll live to fight another day on a 3rd and goal from the 9.
That's probably points in the Canadian League, Todd, but we talked about their weird rules.
It'd be 7-1 right now.
Right,
this was
yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah. But unfortunately, nothing in the American brand of football. And really, the quarterback just under a lot of pressure, making a smart play there to live for another down here and not lose yardage on the play.
13th play of this drive from the Bronco 9-yard line, 3rd and goal. Runkey, hard snap count, no one jumps. Now takes the snap. 3-man rush. Steps up, throws in the end zone. Intercepted! Intercepted by Zion Bell in the back of the end zone, and the Broncos get it back on a turnover.
You mentioned in the pregame, Todd, that Northwest Missouri has been bitten by the turnover bug this year. The Broncos strike first with a big turnover in what essentially amounts to a goal line stand for UCO's defense. Bend but don't break. The Broncos will have the ball at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 UCO as Zion Bell puts on the turnover chain. And the Broncos take back over at the 20-yard line. Minute 59 to go in the first. UCO up 7-0, looking to add to the lead. We'll see if the Broncos might try. Every once in a while, you see the big play right after the turnover. We'll see what UCO dials up here on 1st and 10. From the 20, Huff hands it to Cottrell, running left. Cottrell, 20, breaks it 25 to the 30, outside 35, ripped down by his face mask at the 36-yard line. And that'll put it across midfield after the penalty on a 16-yard run by the nation's leader in yards per carry, Jalen Cottrell.
Yeah, that was a brutal face mask.
Defense, number 3, 50 yards. We added to the end of the run. First down.
The Broncos will take that. Biggest penalty of the game so far assessed to either team. And UCO with the ball now at midfield. Great field position when you think that just moments ago they were facing a really serious scoring threat by the Bearcats.
I think they only marked that penalty off 13 yards. They've got it on the UCO 49. Either way, it's first down for the Broncos. Huff fakes a pitch. Looking right, now rolling left, throws to Schumann in the flat. Schumann with a short gain across midfield down to the Northwest 47. We'll mark him at the 48. It's only a gain of 3, but that was another one where Jet Huff didn't have the first option open and had great patience.
Yeah, he didn't hardly have any options open and does a nice job really just getting the ball to someone and getting something out of that play.
2nd down from the Northwest 48. Huff, fake handoff, rolling right, throws it upfield and throws it away. Threw it over the head of Terrell Davis and out of bounds, and it'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, he kind of put that one really where it was in the vicinity of a receiver, but nobody was going to be able to go up and catch that ball. Huff was in a lot of trouble. So that's 2 plays in a row, though, where Huff's been under a little bit of pressure. Not something we've seen a lot out of the Broncos this year. This Northwest Missouri State defensive front showing a little bit of prowess here. UCO offensive line is going to have to give Jet time to throw that football. 3rd down
and 7 from the 48-yard line, and the Broncos will use a timeout. 1:17 to go first quarter. We will take the timeout with them. UCO 7, Northwest Missouri State 0. This is UCO Bronco football.
Kansas first responder month at Firehouse Subs. You're to be heroes.
3rd down and 6 officially, but it's really closer to the 48. It's Huff looking to throw. 5-man rush, throwing right side for Delso. Makes the grab inside the 30 at the Bearcat 26. Jet Huff to Jacob Delso. He dropped it in the bucket for a 22-yard gain.
Beautiful route and a little better protection up front for the Broncos. You keep protecting Jet Huff, he will keep delivering results like that.
Bearcat 26. Huff looking left, throws to Mason in the flat, and it's incomplete. Mason bounced right back up to him, but good job to pick that up in case it was a lateral. It was ruled a forward pass, so and it'll be 2nd down. Looks like the Bearcats had that sniffed out anyway.
Yeah, they did, and that ball might have been put in there a little snug. That ball looked like it was thrown kind of hard for a 4-yard pass from Jet Huff, but Broncos live to play another down here, 2nd and 10.
From the Bearcat 26, under a minute to go first quarter, UCO up 7-0. Huff drops, now rolls left. On the run, looking, going to fake the pass, run with it, and get out of bounds about the 23. Runs for 3 yards, and it's going to set up another 3rd down and about 7 for UCO. Broncos will have to run one more play in this first quarter. 29 on the play clock, 33 on the game clock. Not much wind at all today, not a huge factor, so shouldn't be a factor on if there's a field goal at the end of the quarter or at the start of the second quarter. Broncos would like the first down, though, as Huff drops to pass. Huff has a lane to run again. He's going to get the first down. The flag comes in way late. That flag was thrown when Huff was 15 yards downfield, and this one might come back for a hold.
Well, you hate to see that at that position on the field because it's not really, I don't think, relevant to the play.
Holding. Offense, number 52. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 3rd down.
So that moves it back to the 32-yard line. And it will make it a 3rd down and 16 now for the Broncos.
The Broncos have certainly converted on downs of this distance this season, but not ideal, especially when you picked up the first down on the last play. See what the Broncos dial up here for the long 3rd down opportunity.
Huff, 5-man rush again, throws upfield, has Davis, makes the grab! Touchdown UCO! Jet Huff, Terrell Davis down the seam for 6, and it's 13-0 Broncos.
That's one way to do it. If you need the convert the 3rd down, just put it in the end zone and send it to your receiver that has been the #1 playmaker, at least out of the receiver position for the Broncos this year. And that's saying something because they've all produced well. Terrell Davis gets his first touchdown of the game. And I say first because with Terrell Davis, the sky's the limit. Great throw by Huff.
Quevedo on for another extra point. Snap and hold are good. This kick looks much better, and it's right through the uprights. Broncos double their lead. 3 ticks left on the clock in this first quarter. It's UCO 14, Northwest Missouri State 0. This is UCO Bronco football. To Terrell Davis, and UCO leads this one 14-0. High short kick by Quevedo, taken at the 17. Returned up out across the 30 to the 32. There's going to be a flag down for a penalty, I believe, on the Bearcats on the return. So not a great kick and a decent return, decent field position, but I think Northwest Missouri State might have shot themselves in the foot a little here.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. It was in the pile over there on the Northwest Missouri State sideline. I mean, my worry was maybe a hit out of bounds or a face mask against the Broncos. You're thinking maybe a hold or a block in the back probably on Northwest Missouri. We'll let the white hat tell us.
Yeah, I saw the flag in the air.
Personal
it is
foul.
a face mask.
Illegal block
No.
out of bounds by the receiving
There you
team.
go.
That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. It is the end of the first quarter.
So there you go. That'll move the ball back to the 15-yard line, and that's where Northwest Missouri State will have it to start the second quarter. 1 quarter in the books. UCO 14, Northwest Missouri State 0. Second quarter coming up next. This is UCO Bronco football.
Action to get these in, but we will get them in. So stay tuned and be patient. If you sent one in, we appreciate it, and we'll get you a shout out as soon as we can.
From their own 15 after that penalty, 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Ruhnke looking left, now right, throws, and it's incomplete. Intended over the middle that time for Jake Weber, and it was thrown wide to his left, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I give Wesley Hudson the credit on that one for the Broncos. The big nose guard up front was right in the quarterback's face as he threw that football and really was the reason that was not put on target. We'll say hi to Joanne Thomas and Uncle Ted listening from Navarre, Florida. They say go Broncos, and they emailed us here, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Just underway, second quarter, 14-0 Broncos. 2nd and 10, Northwest Missouri State. From their own 15-yard line. Young to the left of Ruhnke. It's a play action as Ruhnke looks to throw. Steps up, has a lot of room to run to the 20, 25, 30, 35, and slides down at the 38. They'll mark him at the 37 where the slide started, but it's a 22-yard run. Broncos were in man coverage that time in the middle of the field, just opened up like the Red Sea.
And sometimes that happens, and the quarterbacks have to be smart, identify that, and Northwest Missouri saw the opening and took it. Big gain for the Bearcats.
22-yard run for the quarterback, Chris Ruhnke. 1st and 10 from the 37. Ruhnke again will drop the throw. Right side going up top. Man has a step. That one is caught inside the 35, down to the Bronco 31-yard line. Eric Richardson went up and got it. Good pass and catch on a 1st down. Big play.
Yeah, you got to step on the receiver, or on the defensive back, excuse me. Quarterback lays it right in there where it needs to be. And Northwest Missouri State not going away easy here as they drive deep into Bronco territory.
So a 22-yard run for Ruhnke, and then a 33-yard pass moves the Bearcats from their own 15 to the Bronco 30. 1st and 10, Northwest Missouri State. Ruhnke. Hands off, man in motion, turning back at the 20, at the 16-yard line. That's Dominic Myers, who was in the slot position, who came in motion and got the little jet sweep, and he gets a nice gain from the 30 down to the 17. And 3 straight plays and 3 straight big play first downs for the Bearcats.
Yeah, not something that this UCO defense is used to giving up. It's 3 big plays in a row. This Bronco defense has made their teams, their opponents earn it this season. Northwest Missouri finding some weaknesses there and exploiting them.
1st and 10, Broncos 17-yard line. 3 receivers left. Young to the right. He'll get the handoff. It's Myers right up the middle. Myers inside the 15 on a decent first down run. Gets it to about the 12. He's going to run for about 5 on first down. Set up a 2nd and 5. Tank Young had the good week last week for Northwest Missouri State on the ground, but in this game so far, it's been Dominic Myers who's been the more efficient running back. Myers with 32 yards rushing. Young with -1 on the game on 4 carries. Myers in at running back left side of Runke on 2nd and 5. It's a handoff to Myers running right. Myers tripped up. Boy, he had a seam, and it looked like his feet got caught up in maybe a blocker. He trips down to the 9, about 2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, and if you're Northwest Missouri State, you may not be in panic mode yet where it's 4-down territory. So Broncos really need to stiffen up here on 3rd down, see if they can hold Northwest Missouri State to a field goal attempt. Big 3rd down coming up for the Broncos.
A couple of defensive lineman subs coming in for UCO on 3rd down and 2 from the Bronco 9-yard line. Young back in at running back. 4 receivers. And now the receivers bunch up. There's a tight end to the right. 2 tight ends on the right side now. Heavy formation for the Bearcats. Runke looking to throw. Runke over the middle. Pass caught. And it's going to be a first down to the 5 as Adkins, the tight end, made the grab. Gain of only about 5 on the play, but it is a first down. 1st and goal at the 5.
Same guy that picked up their big first down when they were at the other end of the field on the last offensive possession is Adkins, the tight end, but that drive ended with an interception in the end zone. Kind of expect to see Northwest Missouri State run the ball a couple times here.
1st down and goal from the 5. Broncos sub someone off late. He just gets off the field. Hand off to Young right up the middle, pushing the pile, and only for about 2 yards down to the 3. As Lamb Gordon in there for UCO. Zane Adams in there as well, as is Braden Smith, who you mentioned earlier, the 3-down lineman in on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And I said I expected the Bearcats to run a couple times. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or that they weren't going to score on that play right there. What I meant was if they have a few plays here, I kind of expect to see them run it.
Injured player down for Northwest Missouri State. Being attended to, that's Wes Merriman, the 6'2", 285 junior from Monette, Missouri. Being checked on. He'll be to his feet. And getting some help, but pretty much under his own power. Heavy limping to the sideline. Certainly hope he's okay.
He spells his last name differently than the town of Maryville. Like he starts it differently. But I need him to have an NIL shirt that says Maryville. Right? But
M-E-R-R-I?
yes, but spelled with his
name.
That'd be all right. Give me a shout. I can, work as your agent, whatever we need to do. But
2nd and goal from the 3. 10:44 to go first half. Broncos up 14-0 on Northwest Missouri State. Bearcats have had a 1st and goal once already this game and threw an interception in the back of the end zone, looking to punch it in for their first points. Runke goes under center with Young, the lone back, behind him. Runke, fake handoff, rolling left, has a man back of the end zone, pass is incomplete. Didn't get his feet down inbounds. Adkins made the grab, but his foot was out of bounds, and it'll be 3rd and goal. He was open early. I think Runke saw him late.
Yeah, it's just, but the receiver kind of has to know where he's at too, and he was pretty far out of bounds when he caught that ball. Really, it wasn't like a bang bang play.
So now another 3rd and goal from the 3. And you wonder, down 14-0 early, is this 4-down territory for the Bearcats? Young to the left of Runke, who works out of the gun on 3rd and goal. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Runke looking, pressured, steps up, thinking about running for it. He does run for it. He dives. Did he get in? The ball comes loose. The ball's loose near the goal line. There's no signal yet for a touchdown. I'm not sure who recovered it. We'll wait for an official signal. Broncos are signaling that they have the ball.
They're going to talk about it. But if UCO has the ball, I mean, there was never a signal that the ball crossed the goal line.
Now they're going to give a touchdown. And Adam Dorrell might think about bringing the red challenge flag out here.
You'd have to have a camera angle that shows that the ball never, unless they recovered it. I don't know.
Here we go. We're looking at a replay. I mean, it's hard to tell if the ball's coming out of his hands.
But it would be hard to overturn that unless you had a really good goal line camera angle. I don't know who recovered the ball at the end of the play, but Dorrell's not going to challenge it.
So it's a touchdown run for Chris Runke of 3 yards, and Northwest Missouri State will try to cut the lead in half here. Noah Guastella on for the extra point, and he knocks it through. 10:23 to go first half. Broncos lead is back down to 7. 14-7, UCO with the lead. This is UCO Bronco football.
I'm Joe, and we're sending well wishes your way dealing with the hurricane, and we're glad you guys emailed us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Short kick returnable for the Broncos. Broncos will fake the reverse. Right side coming up to the 20, out to the 22-yard line on the return for UCO. That was Dev Matthews who returned it. So UCO goes -3 on the return game there, not starting from the 25, instead from the 22, but the Broncos will have it there with a 14-7 lead. And really, John, the difference in this ballgame so far is that interception in the back of the end zone. Could be a tie ball game right now.
Yeah, just a huge play for that UCO defense earlier, but then, you know, for them to go out and give up a bunch of big plays on the next drive, uncharacteristic. They're going to have to make some adjustments, hold that Northwest Missouri State offense down.
Mason in at running back on first down. Mason gets a handoff right side, big hole, 25, 30, out to the 32. William Mason just went around the end, no containment that time, runs for 13 yards out to the, 11 yards out to the 33-yard line.
Out of bounds at about the 33, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 Broncos. Huff will hand to Mason again, running right. This time turns it up, 35-40, and dives out to the 41. 8 yards on that first down run. They'll mark him at the 40. It'll be a 7-yard run.
91 power on the tackle.
2nd and 3 upcoming.
Emporia State has added a touchdown to their lead in Joplin. They lead Missouri Southern 14-3, 11 minutes left in the first half.
Huff, straight drop, 4-man rush. Has time, steps up, going to run with it, slide down. He's hit after the slide. Not a hard hit, so no penalty. He'll just get back to the line of scrimmage where it's going to be a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that play broke down quickly for the Broncos, and Huff just decided to tuck it and get what he could get. Try it again on 3rd down.
Broncos going to go with a heavy set here with Andrew Carney coming in. Now Carney's going to come back out. So UCO making some subs, and we may see Northwest Missouri State match for him here. Broncos still with 10 seconds on the play clock as Cottrell in at running back. Moves from right to left. Play clock at 5. Now back to the right again. Huff claps his hands, takes the snap. Twist coming up front, throws it right side. Davis had it and dropped it. Terrell Davis had the grab. He went to bring it in. It slipped out of his hands, and it'll be 4th down, and the Broncos will punt it away. Good throw, just couldn't make the grab.
Good defensive series there for Northwest Missouri State. As UCO unable to get past midfield. And, you know, these are two good football teams, and you kind of feel the momentum is shifted a little bit towards the visiting team as UCO is going to punt here. This UCO defense is going to have to come out and figure out how to not let the Bearcats drive down on the field on them here.
Grayson Miller will punt it away. It's a good kick. Bounces at the 25, takes a UCO bounce down inside the 15, all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's where Northwest Missouri State will have it, at the 10-yard line. 1st down and 10. We've got a timeout on the field. 8:36 to go in the first half. 14-7 UCO with the lead. This is UCO Bronco football, where it's a 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. 50-yard punt, by the way, for Grayson Miller that time. Runke fakes handoff, rolls right, throws it away. No one open and just threw it into the Northwest Missouri State bench, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
I want to say hi to Leah, Allison, and Brandon. Emailed us from Beaver Creek, Ohio, supporting Braden Turner. They say go Broncos. And we're glad they are following along today, and emailed us here in the booth, ucoradio@gmail.com.
2nd and 10 from the 10. for Northwest Missouri State. Pistol formation. Myers behind Runke on first down or second down. Handoff. Myers nearly fumbled it. Lamb Gordon comes in and gets him for a 1-yard gain, but I think Northwest Missouri State will take that instead of the alternative. The handoff was not clean there. It'll be 1 yard and 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that was dangerous for Northwest Missouri State. And Dominic Myers, listed at 5'7", 163 pounds. That's a little running back.
3rd down and 9 from the 11. Need to get it out to the 20. Tank Young back in. 4 receivers for the Bearcats. Young to the left of Runke, who's in the gun. Broncos showing blitz. UCO brings 5 as Runke drops, throws right side, deep, overthrown, incomplete. Good coverage that time from J.K. Moore. Another 3 and out, and the Broncos will get it back and should get good field position here.
Yeah, Northwest Missouri State going to be punting out of their own end zone. And that's never a good feeling as a punter when you can see the shadow of the goalpost on the ground. And so you got to get a clean snap here. Broncos, you know, I think we have a tendency to sometimes bring the heat in these situations. What I'd like to see is them set up a good return and just get the good field position, and that's what they're going to do.
It's a good punt. It's going to send Delso back. He lets it bounce at the 42, and it's going to go all the way inside the UCO 35 down to the 32-yard line. Broncos again unable to field the punt as Cole Lamwell kicks it over everyone's head. That is a 57-yard punt with no return, and it flips the field, and UCO will have it at the 32.
It's the second time today that he's outkicked the return man.
Feels like our return men are too far up.
Right. So,
yeah.
you know, you have kind of a formula with where you stand based on where the punter is, but at some point maybe you have to adjust and say, hey, this guy's booming them today. I got to get back. It's much easier to run up on a ball than run backwards, you know, trying to catch it.
1st and 10 from their own 32 for the Broncos. Cottrell in at running back to the left of Huff. It's a handoff to Cottrell. Turns it up at the 32 and fights for about a yard to the 33. Not a lot doing on that first down run. Good tackle by Keaton Rickey for Northwest Missouri State. It'll be second down. They'll mark it no gain, so 2nd and 10.
On the tackle, no gain, 2nd down.
Huff on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Looks left, pressured, steps up, going to run with it, cuts back to his left and dives forward to about the 37. Gain of 5 on the play. Cuts that 3rd down play in half from 3rd and 10 to now 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and we've seen Huff run the ball a lot today, and I don't know if it's so much Northwest Missouri's coverage as it is, you know, we're breaking down a little bit earlier up front. And the pocket's collapsing on him a little bit. Broncos have to hold these front defenders out for Northwest Missouri.
3rd and 5 as Huff throws left side. Pass complete. Schumann, 45, 48-yard line and out of bounds. Ashton Schumann, they'll mark him at the 49. That's a 12-yard pass play on 3rd and 5. And the sticks move for UCO.
Central Missouri's added a touchdown to their lead against Missouri Western, 14-3. Central Missouri, 10 minutes left in the first half.
First down run for Cottrell running left across midfield to the Northwest Missouri State 48. That's a gain of about 3. Mark it at the 49, so it's a 2-yard gain. Cottrell has had one that he kind of broke off for about a 15-yarder, but other than that has been kept in check. 2nd and 8 as Huff will throw. Huff has time on this one. Now rolling to his right. Pressure from behind. Tripped up and sacked. He never saw the rusher from behind, and to his credit, Langdon Kitchen tracked him down, and the shoestring tackle and the sack takes it back to the Bronco 45.
Yeah, Langdon Kitchen is 6'7", 270. So he's only got to kind of get in your vicinity to get his arms on you with that kind of reach, and he does a good job there of diving at Jet's ankles and making the tackle. And like you said, I don't think Huff had any idea that he was there.
3rd down and 14 from their own 45. Huff looking to throw, rolling right, throwing across his body. Pass caught near the first down. Depends on the spot. It's a first down. At the 40-yard line, Madison Ridgeway on the grab.
Northwest Missouri State fans do not like that spot. Lots of them standing up across the way, appealing to the official. UCO can snap, and they do snap it, so no challenge here.
Handoff to Mason running right. Nearly breaks the tackle at the 40. He's finally tripped up at the 36 as Mays Dogan was holding on for dear life for Northwest Missouri State. Gain of 4 sets up 2nd and 6. I think it's the right call.
I mean, that was one where the Bearcats, though, might have thought about challenging that spot, but they only had about 8 seconds to think about it.
2nd down and 6 from the Bearcat 36. 4:40 to go first half. Huff over the middle. Pass complete. That's the tight end for UCO. Braden Turner who makes the grab. Inside the 30 to the 27. His family listening will be happy with that one.
Nice strike, quick strike from Jet Huff there over the middle and into traffic a little bit. Turner, the big man, doing a nice job catching that football and getting some yardage for the Broncos.
1st and 10, UCO at the Northwest 27-yard line. Remember, the Broncos get the ball to start the second half as well with 4:10 to go here in this first half. Huff claps his hands, gets a snap, 4-man rush, has time, throws over the middle, man open, caught, Christian Romero into the end zone! Christian Romero on the post route made the grab, and the Broncos strike again. Jet Huff's 2nd touchdown pass, and it's 20-7 UCO.
Huff is so cool back there under pressure and just a precision striker at quarterback. He's thrown so many great footballs this year, and that was another one. And UCO put some distance between them and the Bearcats here with the extra point pending.
Quevedo trying to make it a 14-point lead again for the Broncos. Quevedo's kick is on the way, and it's through the uprights. 4:01 to go first half. UCO 21, Northwest Missouri State 7. This is UCO Bronco football. Welcome back in here to Chad Richardson Stadium. 21-7, UCO leads Northwest Missouri State. 4:01 to go in this first half as Nicky Quevedo again with a high short kick. Myers will come up to get it at the 13. Myers to the 20, cuts it up, 25 near the 30-yard line. And that's where he will be taken down, and Northwest Missouri State will start the drive. That last drive for UCO, 9 plays, 68 yards. The touchdown from Jet Huff to Christian Romero for 27 yards. Had a couple of, or one, I know, early on in the drive. Big 3rd down conversion from Huff to Ashton Schumann.
I'm curious as to why we're doing the high, short kickoff. We've done it 3 times. Northwest Missouri State has ended up with better than the 25-yard line on all 3 of those now, except they did have the penalty on the one that backed them up a little bit. But I don't know. I know we can put it in the end zone for a touchback. Just interesting strategy out of the Broncos that we haven't seen a lot of this year.
1st and 10, Northwest Missouri State. Young is the deep back in the pistol as Runke hands it to him left side. Young running left, wrestled down by Hunter Largent right at the line of scrimmage. Hunter Largent raked over the top, made a big play for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Rocking that big club on his right hand that we noticed last week, like a cast that's covered up. So probably a little harder to operate in there for the big fella with his hand all bandaged up like that, but nice job on the tackle there.
2nd down and 10 from the 30. Myers in backfield and motion out of the backfield, setting up the screen over the middle to Young, and the Broncos read it as Jack Puckett, like a book, comes up and gets it for a 1-yard loss at the 29.
As soon as I saw that it was a screen pass, I thought, uh-oh, we're in trouble, because we saw it so much last week where the Bronco defensive front, they all bid on it, and they all bid on it that time, but Jack Puckett played it, and he made a nice play. I'm sure that was based on film that Northwest Missouri State saw of the Broncos last week.
3rd and 11 from their own 29 now for the Broncos. Broncos can get a stop here. You can look at maybe scoring and then getting the ball back to start the second half. Got to get that stop first as Northwest Missouri State moved. No flag. Now Runke will take the snap. 3-man rush coming. Pressured. He's going to be hit and sacked at the 20-yard line. Big Zane Adams got to him, and now it's 4th down, and the Broncos will use their first timeout. 2:26 to go, so UCO will have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout when they get the ball back. Excuse me, 1 timeout and the 2-minute timeout when they get the ball back. We'll take the timeout with them. 2:26 to go first half, 21-7 Broncos. This is UCO Bronco football. Missouri State will punt it away. Cole Lamel, who's been great today for Northwest Missouri State, will kick this one, and it returns on. Stevens has it at the 40. Turning back to his left, looking to get the wall set up and couldn't get it. Got to the 45. Broncos had return left on, and the punt got kicked right, which is always a tough proposition, but they did field the punt and have good field position with 2:22 to play from their own 45.
And they'll have the 2-minute timeout coming up here in 22 seconds, which if you're not familiar with UCO football, that's enough time to run about 4 plays before we get to the 2-minute timeout.
Missouri Western has added a touchdown and 2-point conversion, 14-11. Central Mo leads that game in Warrensburg. And Emporia is up 21-3 now on Missouri Southern. Those are 2 games underway right now. Jet Huff on first down, throwing right side and throws it away. Nobody open, and he threw it over the head of his receivers. As in that time on the pressure was Jake Fisher. They got Fisher at 6'5" and Kitchen at 6'7" at defensive ends, and Broncos have a quarterback in Jet Huff who is listed at 5'8". Makes for tough throwing lanes sometimes.
Are you saying he's not 5'8"?
He's listed at 5'8", 2nd and 10. Huff will throw right side, pumps, now throws complete to Davis. First down to the 45 in Northwest Missouri State territory. Needed 10, got 10. Broncos with 7 seconds till the 2-minute timeout. I don't think are going to get another play run here. Huff wants to. Huff takes a snap at 2:01. He'll have one more play. Huff, plenty of time throwing. Wide open, Delso, 35, spins to the 30-yard line. 15 yards, and with 1:52 to go in the first half, we will have our 2-minute timeout as the Broncos have a 21-7 lead over Northwest Missouri State. You are listening to UCO Bronco football.
Please reset the game clock to 1:52. 1:52.
Cottrell to his right. Huff hands it to Cottrell left side, and Cottrell only gets a couple to the 28. We'll give him 1 yard to the 29. As mentioned earlier, we haven't seen Jalen Cottrell get loose tonight, or today is bringing down his yards per carry average a lot. From the 29 now, Huff out of the gun, 4-man rush. Has time, now pressured, rolls right. A flag will come down as Huff is going to be sacked. And the flag's at the line of scrimmage. Broncos have a player without his helmet, and we'll see what this penalty is.
It was right at the snap. I feel like it's got to be a neutral zone thing.
Or a illegal formation is the other possibility.
Yeah.
Huff had time, and the pocket collapsed quick on him.
Yeah, we've seen that a little bit today. Credit the Northwest Missouri State defense for what they've done up front. Let's see what the official has to tell us.
Offside. Defense, number 11. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down. Because of the penalty, there is no option for a 10-second runoff because of the helmet off of the player.
So 21-7 our score. Broncos with that penalty will have it now at the 24-yard line for a 2nd and 4. That erases what would have been a sack and a loss of about 11. Huff, straight drop, 4-man rush again, rolling right. Huff looking, going to step up, run with it, 20, 15, slides down at about the 11-yard line. Jet Huff with a nice move downfield, gets the first down and avoids contact.
It's got to be hard these days to try to tackle a quarterback because you never know when he's going to start sliding, and if you hit him, you might get in trouble. It's got to be tough as a defender.
1st and 10 from the 11. Huff hands to Cottrell right side, stacked up and dropped for a loss. Hit back at the 13. That was Kitchen that got in there. He's had a big game for Northwest Missouri State. Now it'll be 2nd and 12.
The 94 of the Bearcats makes the tackle. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12.
2nd and 12 from the 13. 45 seconds and ticking to go first half. Broncos still with 1 timeout. Huff looking left, now right, now rolling to his left. Gets away from Kitchen. Still rolling. 15. Out of bounds at about the 12. Huff didn't take a hit, got out of bounds. Stops the clock with 36 seconds to go in this first half. And it'll be 3rd down and about 11 from the 12.
Well, either way, if you're the Broncos, I mean, as long as you don't take a big loss on this play, you're in field goal range. You have a chance to make this a 3-score ball game before half. Broncos want pay dirt in the end zone, though, and we'll probably see Huff throw it into the end zone right here.
Still got that 1 timeout, so if they get tackled inbounds, they can let the clock run down, use that timeout, and set up the last-second field goal. Huff claps his hands, fakes left, rolling right now, throwing, end zone, incomplete, nobody there. Looked like he just threw it away, and it'll be 4th down, and the Broncos will have to try a field goal here.
As they set up, we'll say hi to Gary and Christina, who emailed us from Death Valley, California.
We're complaining about it being
I know
hot.
they're probably
It's pretty warm.
They're probably laughing at us. I saw last night Arizona State Utah was in Tempe, and that was a night game, and it was 91 degrees at night during that game. So obviously a little warmer than usual.
I have 100 today in Death Valley.
All across the country, but we're glad that they are hopefully inside enjoying the game, and we're glad they emailed us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
29-yard field goal for Nicky Covedo from just inside the left hash. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. There is a flag down. I think it's for an offside on Northwest Missouri State. The flag is back at the 20.
It wouldn't give you a first down, and you wouldn't take points off the board. So if this penalty is against Northwest Missouri, they will decline it. But UCO staying on the field. This might be against the Broncos, Todd. And that's a confusion down there, but now they're leaving
Running
the field.
into the kicker.
Okay.
Defense, number 11. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a field goal.
Surprised you can't add that to the kickoff.
Yeah.
Like you could roughing the kicker. I guess it's got to be a personal foul to add to the kickoff.
And that's on, that's only on a PAT, which is not a real play, right?
Right.
So if
that's true.
If you rough the kicker on a field goal, you can't add that either. You just get the automatic.
Well, roughing's an automatic,
right?
yeah.
If you want it, but a lot of coaches will say you don't ever take points off the board. So either way, the Broncos will take the field goal, and a nice use of the clock and good defensive stand before that to get the ball back. UCO gets more points before the half. They just have to play sound defense here for the next 31 seconds, and they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Broncos volleyball team improved to 18-0 last night. They're in action this afternoon at Missouri Western, trailing 10-7 in the first set of that game. We'll keep you updated on that this afternoon as well. Chris Brannick will come in at halftime and talk to John about what's going on UCO athletics-wise. Soccer with a big win last night as well. I'll have all the updates for you. Also had our Athletic Hall of Fame banquet last night here at UCO, which was fun to be at. Quevedo will kick it away for the Broncos. After that 29-yard field goal gives UCO a 3-score lead, and this one will go deep into the end zone. It'll bounce at the 1 and go in for a touchback. Dangerous to let it land at the 1. It could kick backwards the way the football is shaped.
I think it was a little miscommunication between the two return guys, or they just thought it was going to go into the end zone, but it did not. Fortunately for them, it bounced into the blue paint, and it'll be a touchback for Northwest Missouri State.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Bearcats played here. They're down 17, John. They have 31 seconds and all 3 timeouts. I mean, you can complete some passes and get into field goal range easily in 31 seconds.
They're also a pretty turnover-prone offense.
That's true.
You don't want to do anything really crazy here to end the first half, so wouldn't be surprised to see them play it conservative, but 3 wide receivers here might tell a different story. We'll see.
The Broncos get the ball first in the second half, which might play into their decision-making as well. Runke in the gun. Low snap. Tank Young picks it up. He's going to run with it and just get back to the line of scrimmage. That might answer your question right there after that play. He gets a couple yards. I think it was meant to be a handoff to Young, but the snap went out of Runke's hands, and Young runs for 2. And that should be the last play of the first half.
Yeah, no timeout for Northwest Missouri State. No attempt to stop the clock. And probably after seeing that play, they're like, let's just get to the locker room and figure out what adjustments to make so that we can come back and make a game of this in the second half.
Well, a lot of people wanted to see how the Broncos would respond. This is one of the first games this year where it feels like UCO has really had the target on their back and taken on a program with a storied tradition of Northwest Missouri State. UCO has not disappointed in the first half. It's 24-7 UCO at the break. John, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I mean, this is anytime you can.
For punt in the first half as well. Broncos will receive the second half kickoff as Lamel set to kick it away. Stevens and Dev Matthews deep for UCO. Matthews will receive it at the 3. Matthews fakes a reverse again, keeps it right side out to the 10, 15, 20, breaks the tackle near the 25, 27, still on his feet at the 30, up near the 35-yard line. Dev Matthews with a nice return out to the 33, and the Broncos will start their 1st and 10.
You can email us here in the booth in the second half, ucoradio@gmail.com, like Aunt Steph and Uncle Chuck did. Shout out to Braden Smith They didn't say where they emailed us from, but they emailed us at ucoradio@gmail.com. We want to hear from everyone, and by the looks of the emails I still have to read, we are hearing from everyone. We'll get to those as we have time.
1st and 10 at the 32 for UCO. Jet Huff with Jalen Cottrell in the backfield to his right. Huff sends Cottrell in motion out of the backfield. Empty backfield as he throws left side. Davis with the grab across the 35 to the 36. Gain of about 3 or 4 there on first down. 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Tom Dunning emailed us, usually here taking photos for the Broncos, says he can't be here today, but listening from the Bluegrass Festival in Guthrie. Tom, thanks for reaching out. 2nd
and 7 is Huff. Play fake, throws right side, screen to Davis across the 40, out near the first down marker. He'll be a couple yards short at the 41. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2 on Terrell Davis's 6th grab of the afternoon.
Yeah, and you really want to pick this one up, obviously, if you're the Broncos. Get a drive going here on the first possession of the 3rd quarter. End it with some points. Give Northwest Missouri State a little more to think about.
3rd and 2. Huff hands to Cottrell, and Cottrell stacked up at the line. He didn't get it. He might not have even gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and the Broncos will go 3 and out and punt it away.
Yeah, that was not it right there. And Doral is kind of looking like, I don't like, that wasn't the option he wanted to go with, or the play. Or maybe he's getting on to Cottrell, or he's coaching Cottrell up. Cottrell just kind of hit the back of the offensive line and stayed there. It looked like one of those video games where you're running into the wall and you just keep running, and you don't know how to turn around. Cottrell needs to cut off of that and go try to find some space, and he didn't, and now UCO will punt.
First 3 and out all game for the Broncos is Miller with a great punt. Spiraling kick sends Myers back to the 13, and he's hit immediately. Taken down at the 13-yard line. Big special teams tackle that time by Hudson Grant, who's really made some plays on special teams for the Broncos early this season. Perfect coverage.
3rd quarter replays presented by.
That's a punt of 46 yards with no return. And Northwest Missouri State will start from their own 13-yard line.
13-yard line, 1st and 10.
Chris Runke, the quarterback. Tank Young, the running back. Young not able to get going so far. Only 3 yards on 7 carries in the game. Working out of the pistol. Runke will hand to Young left side, and he's going to lose a couple there. As Willie Rice comes in on the blitz and gets him back inside the 10 at the 9. That's a loss of 4, so Tank Young now with 0 yards on the afternoon on 8 carries.
Nice job by the defense there. Reading that play quickly, getting in the backfield, making the stop, making Northwest Missouri State go backwards on the first possession of the second half.
2nd down, 14 from their own 9. Runke, straight drop, 3-man rush. Has time, looking right, pressured, now steps away from it, wants to run, being chased down by Jack Puckett. He'll get out across the 15 near the 20. They'll mark him out at the 18-yard line, so it's a 9-yard scramble, and we'll set up a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, a lot of space there around the left side for quarterback to run and get out of bounds. Really, when you're only rushing 3 guys, and they've got 5 guys up there blocking, it's not good odds for the defense to get to the quarterback. And that time, quarterback had all day standing back there, and then decided to tuck it and run with it.
Noah West stepping up on the outside here. The Broncos may send 4. Runke on 3rd down. Broncos do send 4 as he drops to throw. Steps to his right, throws on the run, pass caught, 1st down across the 25 to the 30 and out to the 31-yard line, completed to John Jajari as Connor Johnson there to make the tackle, but not before a 1st down throw out to the 31. Job by Northwest Missouri State after that 1st down loss to still get the 1st down and move the chains.
Dan and Becky Buzzard say shout out to Coach Curley, listening from Georgetown, Texas. They emailed us here in the booth, ucoradio@gmail.com.
1st down from their own 31 for the Bearcats. 11 and a half minutes to go 3rd quarter. UCO up 24-7. Runke going deep, left side. Man has a step, pass is dropped. Receiver had it in his hands and couldn't hold on. Willie Rice with decent coverage that time. He maybe was a step behind, but Eric Richardson couldn't make the grab. Not a bad throw there from Runke either.
It's got to be hard to catch a football with all that hot pink flailing in your face. Bronco defense decked out. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you see it a lot in the NFL. You see it on the collegiate level as well. And that defender right there is maybe the pinkest on the field.
Second down from the 31 is Runke, quarterback draw, running left side. Gets out to about the 33 as Zane Adams threw his blocker to the turf, and Runke spins down to the ground at the 33. There is a flag down back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a hold. They're going to take a really long time to, I mean, the official, what's the official doing? Oh, he's waiting for a decision from Dorrell. They're going to
Coach Dorrell's
illegal formation.
Yeah.
Offense. 5 men in the backfield. Penalties declined. Result of the play is third down.
So the Broncos choose a 3rd down and 10 from the 31 instead of a 2nd down and 15. So 3rd and 10 for Northwest Missouri State. Need to get it out to the 41 here on this 3rd down play. 4 receivers for Runke, 3 to his right, 1 to his left. Tank Young, the lone back. Broncos rush 3 as Runke drops to throw. Pressured, steps up, looking, now throwing on the run. It is incomplete. Through the hands of the receiver, Andrew Bradley, who would have had to make a catch right at the turf. It was past the sticks, but it's incomplete, and the Broncos will get it back on a punt.
Nice job by the defense. And while the punt team comes onto the field for Northwest Missouri, we'll say hi to Joseph and Susie Allen, who shout out their son Phineas Allen, Northwest Missouri State, and they are watching from Melbourne, Florida. So
I thought you were going to hit me with an Australia there.
Joseph and Susie, thanks for reaching out to us. UCOradio@gmail.com.
Punt from Lammel's away. This is a high, shorter kick. Kobe Stevens will make a fair catch and run up and get it. Good job at the 35-yard line. So that's a 34-yard punt with no return. Timeout on the field. Broncos with the ball with 10:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Up 24-7.
Media.
This is UCO Bronco football.
Anything like that, but Jason, we're glad you took the time to reach out to us. UCOradio@gmail.com.
1st down and 10 Broncos after the punt from their 35-yard line. Up 24-7. Huff on 1st down. Hands it to Cottrell, running right. Slow developing play. 1st down and more. 40-45 midfield into Northwest Missouri State territory at the 48-yard line. 17-yard run, longest of the game for Jalen Cottrell.
Like to see that. Kept the legs pumping through some traffic and got some yardage out of the play.
1st and 10 at the Bearcat 48. Huff going up top. Pass complete to Davis down to the 30. In Bearcat territory, Terrell Davis with his 7th catch of the game. And it's another 18 yards and a Bronco 1st down.
Maybe by design. Looked like him and Dominic Dunn ran the same route. And that ball just goes to that area and finds Terrell Davis.
Huff now hands to Cottrell again, running left, turns up at the 30, spins down to the 27. They'll mark him at the 28. It's going to be a gain of a couple on 1st down and be 2nd down and 8. You can see, John, this is a good Northwest Missouri State defense. They're really good against the run especially. Cottrell has not had as easy a time as usual. William Mason will come in at running back on this 2nd down play. From the Bearcat 33, Huff, straight drop. Looking, throwing, right side, inside the 10, it's caught! Davis down to the 1! Terrell Davis with another great grab, and it's 1st and goal UCO at the Northwest Missouri State 1-yard line.
Military guys got a little excited at the other end of the field, fired that cannon off. I think they thought he was in the end zone. They better reload that thing quickly because the Broncos have the ball on the 1-yard line.
They're all pointing at each other like he told me to do it. Broncos will do a little sugar huddle here at the 5, and we'll see if they go fullback dive with Andrew Carney again. That's how they scored from the 1 earlier. Carney with William Mason behind him. Handoff. Carney dives over the pile. 2nd time just as good as the 1st. Touchdown Broncos. With 9:03 to go, the Broncos lead by a score of 30-7 with the extra point pending. There it is.
Took them a second to get it reloaded. And everyone can celebrate the touchdown now for real. Really got to give Terrell Davis great credit on that catch because he was being well covered by Holden Zigmont, Northwest Missouri, and he adjusted back from the left side of Zigmont's body to the right side and caught that football. Just a great adjustment by one of the best receivers undoubtedly in Division II.
Nicky Quevedo on for the extra point. The kick is away, and the kick is good. And with 9:03 to go, the Broncos have extended their lead. It's UCO 31, Northwest Missouri State 7. This is UCO Bronco football.
It's on the board, and this is not a position Northwest Missouri State is used to being in, being down by 24 points. It's a long football game. This Bronco defense is going to have to come out and answer, but I like our chances if we can get our offense back out on the field.
Nicky Quevedo will kick it away for UCO. Quevedo runs and steps into it. It's again a high, short kick. It's going to hit at the 18-yard line, and a fair catch was called for by an up back. And so because of that, it's going to go out to the 25.
And that's not, if you make a fair catch and run with it, it's a penalty, right? But somebody else
called it, yeah.
So it's not, you don't see that a whole lot, but
First and 10, Bearcats.
Our referee thought he was going to explain it there, but yeah, it looked like the up back called the fair catch.
I saw it too, but then somebody else caught the deep guy came up and caught it. But again, they don't make that fair catch call, and Northwest Missouri is getting better than 25-yard line starting position. So I don't understand what Coach Dorrell and staff have seen or are trying to accomplish with that short kick.
First down and 10 at the 25 for Northwest Missouri State. Still looking for their first points of this second half, down 31-7 to UCO. Runke, straight drop, four-man rush, throws it left side, wheel route to Young, who made a great catch. Got a toe tap down at the 31. It's only a 6-yard gain. That was a really good grab, though, by Tank Young.
We'll say hi to Grace Wright, emailed us from Manhattan, Kansas. She says, go Bearcats. She says, Rich Wright is awesome, and so are all the Bearcat players and coaches. And I know that all the Northwest Missouri State fans echo those sentiments. And Grace, we're glad you emailed us here in the booth, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Second down and 4 from the 31. Runke hands to Young. Young running right, has a nice gain out across the 35. His own lineman tackled him at the 36. Took him down with force at the 36. That was Harrison Merriman who got him.
Well, Tank Young is 5'7", 177, so not really built like a tank. And it doesn't take a lot when you're, not that heavy to be put to the turf, and one of his big fellas just ran into him and knocked him over.
Dominic Myers now in at running back for Northwest Missouri State. First down from their own 36. Runke rolling to his right, looking to throw, pressured, throws it. Good passing catch out near midfield. Caught by Luke Matthews at the 48-yard line. It's 12 yards and a first down.
Say hi to Monique Soul as well, listening from Rockwall, Texas. Keeping up her streak of emails here to the booth, and we love it. She's, of course, the sister of Marcus Soul, the UCO defensive lineman. She says, go Broncos, and we echo, go Broncos. Monique, thanks for emailing us here in the booth, ucoradio@gmail.com.
First and 10 from their own 48 now for Northwest Missouri State. Runke, play action, slow developing, throwing right side, pass caught by Matthews again. Into Bronco territory at the 46 and knocked out of bounds with a gain of 6. Update from Nebraska Kearney, 10-7 at last update. Pitt State leading Nebraska Kearney. That game about midway through the second quarter. Missouri Western has now tied up Central Mo at halftime, 14-14 in Warrensburg. And Emporia leading Missouri Southern, who just added another touchdown. It's 28-16. Emporia with an extra point for Southern pending there. Second and 4 for Northwest Missouri State. Handoff to Young. Chased down from behind. Dylan Buckheit knifed in and got him for no gain at the 46.
Nice job by Buckheit, who is oftentimes in the opponent's backfield from his safety position. A seasoned veteran out there on that UCO defense. Does a great job of reading what's going on offensively and does an even better job of getting to the point of contact and making plays.
Senior from Moore, Oklahoma with the tackle. It's a 3rd and 4 at the Bronco 46. Got to think 4-down territory here for Northwest, barring a sack or something. Runke, snap, dropped. He picks it up. He throws right side. Has a man wide open. It's caught at the 10, at the 5. It's a touchdown. A busted coverage for UCO as J.K. Moore thought he had safety help. And it's a touchdown for Northwest Missouri State from Runke to Eric Richardson for 46 yards.
Yeah, you said it, Todd. I mean, just a breakdown in the secondary there, and there shouldn't be a receiver that wide open against this UCO defense. That one's going to be probably a mental error on someone's part and something that's going to have to be coached up in film. But Northwest Missouri State getting a little bit of spark here with a third quarter touchdown.
Guastella on for the extra point. The snap and hold are good. The kick is away, and it's good. And with 6:03 to go here in the third quarter, the Bronco lead is back to 17 again. It's UCO 31, Northwest Missouri State 14. This is UCO Bronco football. Yard drive, the touchdown, a 46-yard touchdown pass from Chris Runke to Eric Richardson. An onside kick here in Northwest Missouri State. The ball's loose. It looks like they might recover it. Broncos jump in late. We'll see who's got it.
Well, I thought UCO got it late, but it's going to be the fight. Yeah, they're signaling UCO. But,
well, that ball was loose forever.
Yeah, it rolled all the way to the 44-yard line is where it was eventually recovered. And so that gives you an idea of, how long it was loose, because you only got to kick at 10. And that's usually what they try to do. So you kick at 10, right? Then that's going to the 45. The ball goes another 11 yards before it's actually recovered. And UCO dodges a big bullet because that would have given Northwest Missouri State a lot of spark. And now this UCO offense is back on the field.
I think that was Clayton Creasy who was in there that got that. It's a first down at the 43. Handoff to William Mason, who cuts back upfield at the 45 and darts out to the 46-yard line for a gain of 3 on first down.
Yeah, just kind of a delayed run there. Mason was just looking for a hole, and I think he just found his best option and got what he could get.
By the way, that was Ashton Schumann that picked that up for the Broncos. As Huff on second down, throwing right side, pass incomplete. No flag there. Looked like pass interference. Intended for Braden Turner. Was only a 1-yard throw, but Turner was blanketed, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, Parker Bowen looked like he was on Turner before the ball got there. They don't call it as much, I think, in the short passing game, but because it's in traffic, but those are still, you can't interfere with the receiver even there. So I feel like missed call there by the officials, third down by the Broncos.
3rd and 7 from their own 46. Need to get it to the Northwest 47. Pass over the middle to Ridgeway, and he's going to be about a half-yard short. They'll mark him down at the 48. It's a yard short, and it'll be 4th down and 1, and we'll see if the Broncos elect to go for it here or punt it away. And here comes the fullback, Andrew Carney. And we'll see if UCO goes fullback dive again, or if maybe they've got to play off of that fullback dive to try to fool the Bearcats.
Well, you could also, you're in that sugar huddle, as you call it. You could also go up there and hard count Northwest Missouri here, see if they'll jump.
4th and 1 from the 48. Snap to Huff, hands off, Mason left side, hit, dropped, no gain. Didn't get it. Mason tried to go off left tackle. The Broncos went with that same grouping of personnel, but went shotgun instead, and Mason doesn't get the first down. Good stop for the Bearcats, and first down on the turnover on downs for Northwest Missouri State.
And what are the officials calling a timeout down there?
Please
on the field?
reset the game clock
they got
to
clock issues.
4:54. 4:54.
Don't love the going for it right there, Todd. This is as good as the onside kick for Northwest Missouri. You're just giving them the ball right back where about they would have recovered the onside kick. And they scored last. You're giving them a short field here. Think we could have punted it there and pinned it deep. And I know that's easy to say since we didn't get it, but I wasn't a big fan of it when we called it.
From their own 48 now, little half diamond formation with Young and Myers both in the backfield. Runke fakes a handoff. Looking to throw right side, pass caught. Good grab inside the 35 to the 33. Made again by the tight end Luke Matthews, or the big wide receiver, I should say, Luke Matthews.
Yeah, if the UCO defense can't get a stop here, all of a sudden it's going to be a 10-point game here in the third quarter, which is, not what the Broncos want. This UCO defense, maybe a little frustrated that the offense went 3 and out, but they've got to get out there and make some plays here, make some stops.
19 yards on the play to the Bronco 33. UCO showing blitz. Runke straight drop. Broncos do blitz. Rolling right, throwing right. Pass is incomplete. Receiver had run out of bounds anyway, and it's incomplete for a 2nd and 10.
I guess it was 4 and out, not 3 and out.
That's true.
UCO offense went. I want to say hi to William Taub, who says, great broadcasting, guys. Shout out from hurricane-prone Cape Coral, Florida. So William we'll hope that you're well there. Assume you are, since you're enjoying the game with us today. And we're glad you reached out. UCOradio@gmail.com.
2nd and 10 from the Bronco 33. Ruhnke with 2 backs in the backfield, looking to throw, 3-man rush. Rolling right, stepping up, going to run with it, and get hit right at the sideline as he runs out at the 28. Good hustle by Zane Adams. Ruhnke wants a flag, but, excuse me, that's his receiver that wants a flag, but he's still in bounds.
He wanted it bad. Listen, if you're not going to get straight out of bounds and you're not going to slide, you're fair game. Every time you tackle a quarterback, it's not a flag. And the Broncos definitely did not commit a penalty right there.
4-yard run, 3rd and 6 at the Bronco 29. The 23 is the line to gain. Broncos with 3-man front. Stevens showing blitz. It is a 3-man rush as Ruhnke looks, throws over the middle, pass caught. Going to be a 1st down and more inside the 20, inside the 15, and out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Just a simple crossing route that time for Andrew Bradley, and a 1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
You know, I don't feel like we've seen the same, and it may be based on, what they know about Northwest Missouri, but I don't feel like we've sent the blitz packages that we've sent the last few weeks. We're sending a 3-man rush almost every time. We're not getting to Ruhnke, and, that's where we've been really successful this season, is getting to the opposing quarterbacks.
1st and 10 at the Bronco 13. Ruhnke looking to throw left, now back right, throws. Pass is caught. Diving grab made by Richardson at the 11. It's only a gain of 2, though. J.K. Moore with good coverage on the right side for the Broncos.
Want to say hi to Johnny, who's watching his cousin, Chris Ruhnke, which is the Northwest Missouri State quarterback, from Platte City, Missouri today. Johnny, we're glad you emailed us here in the booth, UCOradio@gmail.com.
2:30 to go in this 3rd quarter. Clock ticking with the Broncos up 31-14. 2nd down, 8, Northwest Missouri State at the Bronco 11. Ruhnke, and a flag comes in. False start. Bearcats moved too soon.
There were a few of them that moved on that
False
play.
start. Offense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
75's there like, hey, I know at least one other guy moved. Why are you signaling
Well,
me
he's
out?
3'11". He's the biggest guy out there, so he gets blamed for everything. Probably gets blamed when the last piece of pizza is gone, too.
Probably so.
Yeah. It is a nice penalty for the Broncos, though. Moves it back to the 16. I think that was probably on the center, as many people moved. So now from the 16, it'll be a 2nd down and 13 for Northwest Missouri State. Man in motion is Jajari from right to left. Ruhnke struggles with the snap, now picks it up, steps up, throws in zone, incomplete. J.K. Moore with really good coverage. Pass couldn't find his intended receiver, Luke Matthews. It'll be 3rd and 13. Well, Ruhnke has struggled with the snap a couple times today, John.
Yeah,
that one was right in his chest. He just dropped it.
Just bobbled it, almost like he's taking his eyes off the ball and looking at his receivers, before he gets it.
And it's
3rd and 13 at the 16 for Northwest Missouri State. Minute 56 to go, 3rd quarter. Big 3rd down play here for the Broncos, who lead by 17. Ruhnke, low snap, dropped it again. Picks it up, rolling to his left. Looking, still looking, throws it over the head of his receiver and incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and the Bearcats will send on the field goal unit as the Bronco defense gets a stop.
Man, I didn't love that hit Noah West put on the running back Tank Young. That ball was uncatchable, but you're putting yourself in a position where you could get a pass interference call or something along those lines.
It'll be a 4th down and a 33-yard field goal from the right hash for Guastella. What little wind there is in his face a little bit as the kick is on the way. It has plenty of leg. It looks good and is. Minute 46 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bronco lead is back down to 2 touchdowns. 31-17, UCO on top. This is UCO Bronco football.
Broncos 31.
Yo. Lamel kicks it high and short, left side. Fair catch called for and made at the 10-yard line. And the Broncos will take over at the 25. Looking around the MIAA, we are nearing halftime in Kearney. Pitt State up 13-7 on Nebraska Kearney. Don't know how big of an upset this is. I would say on the road it's a pretty big upset, but early third quarter, it is 21-14. Missouri Western winning at Central Mo. And Emporia State is up in Joplin 28-16 over Missouri Southern. That game late third quarter.
Central Missouri once the number 2 team in the country this season, but a loss to the Broncos, a loss to Fort Hays State last week, and things maybe not going well in Warrensburg for the Mules.
Huff in the gun on first down, looking to his left, pressured. Now rolling, he tripped over his own feet and fell back at the 14. Huff just lost his balance and is going to take an 11-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, they want the quarterback to slide, but not in that situation right there. That was an unfortunate misstep by Huff, and just something that happens sometimes. The turf monster got him.
12-yard loss, so it's 2nd and 22. Huff looking right, pumps. Now floating to his right, throws, pass complete out near the original sticks, caught by Terrell Davis, who's now over 100 yards. He'll gain 11. So they go out 2nd and 22, cut it in half. It's now 3rd and 11.
Yeah, not a good situation for the Broncos. I mean, good to get that yardage back, but to have a 3rd and long here. They went 3 and out or 4 and out last time. Facing a 3 and out right here if they don't convert. This UCO defense is going to be getting a little tired here. Want to keep them off the field.
Huff looking to throw, has time over the middle, incomplete. Nobody open, and a flag's going to come down for a roughing the passer, and the Northwest Missouri State sidelines are not happy about this one.
Yeah, I didn't.
Broncos are going to be bailed out.
Yeah, 100%. I was watching down the field. I saw that Huff was about to take a good hit, but it looked like something that was going to be legal. I wonder if this is a targeting penalty because I didn't see it. I'm waiting for a replay here in the stadium. The official's going to tell us about it.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 41, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Huge penalty for the Broncos there to move the ball out to the 39-yard line as Rich Wright is upset. He wants an explanation from our referee. And I think the explanation, just from looking at the referee, is that he got hit in the face.
Yeah, I mean, and they still have never showed the replay here in the stadium or on the broadcast, so hard for us to. I didn't see it, Todd. I was looking down the field where the ball was thrown, so we'll take it, though.
1st and 10 at the 39 after the penalty. Second life for the Broncos. Huff hands off to Mason, running right, stacked up, and going to lose yardage. Back to the 38. Broncos just unable to get much going offensively, as that's the big defensive end, Langdon Kitchen, who's been all over the field for the Bearcats today.
Yeah, it's been a uninspiring 5 or 6 last plays of offense for the Broncos. They're going to let this thing go to quarter, I think, and regroup a little bit for second down to start the fourth quarter.
3 quarters in the books. The Broncos have the lead, but you can argue that Northwest Missouri State is starting to pull back some of the momentum. 14-point UCO lead. Well, I say that. There's 10 on the play clock. I don't think UCO can let it go to quarter. They might have to use a timeout here.
It shows 5 on the play clock.
That's what I'm saying. The game clock is at...
Oh, yeah, I see you.
Yeah. Broncos, I believe, are going to have to use a timeout.
What is happening?
I'm not 100% sure what's happening, but you know what?
That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Bearcats.
I think the officials are talking to Wright about the roughing the passer, and nobody
didn't even notice
that the play clock ran out before the game clock did. It's fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter. All right, we'll come back in 1 minute with the fourth quarter. Broncos up 31-17. This UCO Broncos. Improved to 6-0 is number 11 UCO. Huff, left side, pass complete to Davis. Looks to go inside, now outside, and he's wrapped up and dropped. He's going to lose yardage from the 38 back to the 37. It'll be a 3rd and long.
Yeah, Holden Zigmont, nice job reading the play, wrapping Terrell Davis up immediately and giving him no option to get down the field. And the Broncos now, for the second time on this drive, facing a 3rd and long. Last time they were bailed out by a roughing the passer penalty. You can't rely on that, though. The Broncos are going to have to hit a big play right here.
3rd and 12, need to get it to the 49. Blitz comes, Huff throws, left side pass, incomplete. Tried to go back shoulder to Ashton Schumann, who couldn't make the grab, and it's 4th down, and UCO will punt it away.
Northwest Missouri State with the last 10 points of the game here, and now they're going to get the ball back, trailing by 14. This game is a long way from over, and this UCO offense has kind of gone missing in the third quarter. Not something that we've seen out of the Broncos this year. They did score a touchdown, obviously, but the last few series, I'm saying, they've gone missing.
Grayson Miller to punt it away. Block comes. Miller's hit. There's going to be no flag as it's back inside the 20 and fair caught at the 18-yard line. Miller ran into his own player. I think good call there by the referee. That will be a punt of 45 yards with no return. And 1st and 10 for Northwest Missouri State from their own 18. The Bearcats, who trailed this game by 24, now down by 14 with the ball. And still, as you mentioned, John, almost an entire quarter to play here.
Yeah, and an offense that's finding its confidence, and a defense that is too, quite frankly, for the Bears, and or the Bearcats, excuse me, and Northwest Missouri State looking to try and eat into this lead a little further. They're going to have to go about 82 yards to do it.
1st and 10 for Chris Ruhnke and this Bearcat offense. Ruhnke sends Young in motion out of the backfield, looking to throw, 3-man rush, rolling to his left. Floats one upfield. That one is caught at the 45 near midfield. 1st down and more into Bronco territory at the 49. Completed to Jake Weber for a gain all the way to the 48-yard line in Bronco territory. This crowd here is very quiet.
UCO just hasn't given the crowd much to cheer about in the last several minutes of game time.
34 yards. 1st and 10 at the Bronco 48. Ruhnke, play action, rolling right, throwing in the flat, pass caught. Good tackle, open field that time at the line of scrimmage. Connor Johnson came over and ate up the running back Jackson Miller for no gain.
Yeah, really nice read and athletic play by Connor Johnson there. I want to say hi to Ray and Alexandra Garina in Clovis, California. Watching the boys get after it once again. They say, let's go, Adam Garina, who's a lineman for the Broncos. They emailed us here in the booth, UCOradio@gmail.com.
Clock ran about 20 seconds there after the officials tried to get it to stop, as we had a player with his
Please set the clock to 13:26. 13:26.
So 13:26 left on the clock with 2:10 down and 10 coming up. 31-14 Broncos, 31-17 Broncos with a 14-point lead. Ruhnke out of the shotgun, low snap again, drops it, now picks it up, rolling right, throws, pressured, incomplete. Had a man open, but airmailed it downfield, as I believe that was Connor Johnson that knifed in there and got to Ruhnke, and it'll be a 3rd down.
I can't imagine this is a theme with Ruhnke, but I've never seen a quarterback struggle this much with the snap. He has bobbled several of them, had some hit the ground. And
some are low, but it's like if it's below his waist, he just struggles to catch it.
They scored a touchdown on one of them.
Right.
But it's just definitely disrupting the flow of the offense.
3rd and 10 from the UCO 48. Ruhnke looking to throw. Has time, steps up. Now the pocket collapses, and he's tackled back inside the 45. The Broncos get home. It's Noah West, Zane Adams, Hunter Largent all in there on the sack. And it'll be 4th down at the 45 for Northwest Missouri State. And the Bearcats will punt it away.
Yeah, if that sack was a pie chart, it'd be about 5 different colors for who gets credit for it. The Broncos just closing the pocket there for Northwest Missouri State. And just can't be overstated what a huge defensive series that was for the Broncos. A 3-and-out for Northwest Missouri, or not a 3-and-out, but a quick turnover, if you will, as they punt the football.
High kick that is fair caught by Kobe Stevens at the 9-yard line. So the Broncos will take over inside their own 10 as the clock again continues to tick.
Media. Timeout.
And we have a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. I don't know how much time is left as the clock's still rolling. 12:21 left in this ball game. Broncos lead 31-7. This is UCO Bronco 31-17. This is
last drive that was extended by a penalty, but then they only had 3 more plays. Got to put a drive together, keep the defense off the field.
Huff throwing on 1st down, has time over the middle. Davis wide open, 35-40 out near the 45, still on his feet to the 47. How about 38 yards to get out of jail from your own 9-yard line? Terrell Davis with the grab. Davis now with 11 catches for 144 yards and a 1st down at the 47 for the Broncos. Huff, straight drop again, 4-man rush. Looking, throwing, incomplete. Nothing open, and he threw it away in the vicinity of Dominic Dunn, and it'll be a 2nd down and 10.
Hey, Jim Veach is listening from Tucson, Arizona. Bearcat alum and a fan of John Coffey and Matt Triton.
Matt Tritton, yeah.
Tritton, sorry.
All good.
But, Jim, we're glad that you're catching the game out in Tucson. I'm sure it's hotter out there than it is here. So hopefully you're enjoying some air conditioning and a cold beverage. And we're glad that we're able to bring you the game and that you emailed us here, ucoradio@gmail.com.
John and Matt doing an incredible job on Northwest Missouri State broadcast as Huff looking to throw on 2nd down. Rolling right, throwing right, pass is caught. What a grab! Madison Ridgeway somehow yanked that one in at the 37 in Bearcat territory. Holy cow. Broncos going fast here. Huff throws left side for Davis, who makes a short catch inside the 35 to the 34. 3-yard gain on Terrell Davis's 12th catch. It'll be 2nd and 7. What a catch by Madison Ridgeway.
I can't believe he pulled that thing in. And I think about half of UCO's offensive strategy is don't give the other team time to challenge the play. Like they line up and run that play so quick. And it's a big decision to throw that red flag. You only get one of them if you're wrong. And they just didn't give Northwest Missouri State any time to process whether that was a catch or not. I think it was.
2nd down and 7. Huff underneath on a pass to Davis, who runs to his right and gets to the 30. Technically, that is a pass play as Huff shoveled it forward on the little jet pass to Terrell Davis, who gets 4 yards, and it'll be a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, kind of a little trickery there for the Broncos. I'm sure they wanted more out of a play like that. When you pull it out and put it on film, you want it to be a big play, but the Broncos will take the positive yardage.
From the 30, 3rd and 3. Huff looking, throwing, pass tipped, incomplete. Boy, threw that one into coverage. Dangerous pass. It'll be 4th down. Kind of no man's land here for the Broncos. You can kick a field goal and go up 17, but it'd be a 47-yarder. So I think UCO may keep the offense out here on 4th down.
Yeah.
Nope, here comes the field goal unit.
Well, look at that. I thought
it is right in the middle of the field, which is nice for a kicker.
I thought Huff could have thrown that to Mason in the flat and probably picked up the 1st down. Instead, he darted it to his receiver a little further down the field into triple coverage. And just a dangerous, dangerous pass. But if the Broncos can get 3 points out of this possession, I would call that a victory, putting them up by 3 scores.
Big kick here to make it a 17-point game. Snap and hold are good. The kick from Quevedo has enough leg. Is it good? It is. Nicky Quevedo would have been good from about 57. He knocked that one home, and the Broncos extend their lead with 10:23 to go in the ball game. It's UCO doubling up Northwest Missouri State, 34-17 Broncos. This is UCO Bronco football. Field goal by Nicky Quevedo. That drive, 7 plays, 60 yards. Short kick taken at the 18. Returned up to the 25, near the 30, and out of bounds there. Returned by Jake Weber. It'll be a 1st down at the 31 for Northwest Missouri State.
Does Northwest Missouri State have a kick returner that I don't know about, like a deep threat, a la Washburn a few years ago? I just don't know what we're doing.
From the 31, the Bearcats will have it. Whatever Nicky Quevedo did there, I think you forgive him after that 47-yard field goal.
Well, I'm not.
I think he was told to do that.
I'm not putting it on Quevedo. He's kicked it to the same spot every kickoff except the first kickoff of the game. So he's clearly being coached to do it. Just don't know what is the rationale for it, because Northwest Missouri starts with better than touchback position every time unless they get a penalty.
We've got a chain issue, so a little stoppage in play. So now we're back to it on 1st and 10. Ruhnke sends Young in motion out of the backfield. Ruhnke dropping a throw. Broncos blitz. One-on-one coverage on the edge. The ball's thrown up, and it is caught. What a grab, and there's going to be a flag for pass interference as well.
Oh, he came in and waved it off.
Oh, incomplete.
I thought that ball was caught. Let's see on the replay here. Maybe it hit the ground on the way down. They're going to...
Pass interference, number 0, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st down.
It's going to work out.
Yeah, it's going to move it up to the 46 for Northwest Missouri State, but that would have put the ball down inside the Bronco 40.
Yeah,
it was intended out there for John Jajari, who made a good grab on it.
And that's one where you probably do have a good camera angle if you want to review it. I couldn't tell on the replay in the stadium. They showed it so quick whether that ball was caught or not. But either way, it's a good gain for Northwest Missouri because of the penalty.
1st and 10 from their own 46 now after that pass interference. Dropping the throw is Runke. Broncos bring 3. Big hold, no call as Runke throws it upfield. Pass is complete. Good grab at the Bronco 33 as Lamb Gordon that time got ripped down by the jersey on the edge with no call. But we rarely see those called in the MIAA, John.
It really seems like holding on the offensive line has not been called much this season, any direction. Like I'm saying, UCO's gotten away with them too. I'm not trying to be a homer. That one right there was pretty brutal as the jerseys of Lamb Gordon were being pulled away from his shoulder pads with both hands by the offensive lineman right in front of the official. No call.
So 15-yard penalty and then that long pass, and it's already 1st and 10 in Bronco territory as Runke rolling right throws this one away. Had a receiver in the area, that was Luke Matthews. Threw it well wide of him, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And right now, Northwest Missouri State is in that kind of mode, John, of they're dropping back to pass every single play.
Yeah. Missouri Western has added a field goal to their lead, 24-14 over Central Missouri with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and Emporia opening it up a little more against Missouri Southern. It's 35-16 Hornets. That game with about 11 minutes left to play. Bronco
volleyball in trouble, a set apiece. They're down 22-14 in the third set in St. Joe's. Broncos show blitz on 2nd and 10 from the Bronco 33. Runke throws right side, pass incomplete. Good effort that time from the wide receiver, Eric Richardson, just a little out of his reach at the sticks, and it'll be a 3rd down and 10.
Phil Kinkle has emailed us and says, shout out to Bearcat mega fans Cliff Baldwin and Jim Stessman. Says they're giving him updates via the MIAA stream and the UCO broadcast crew. Phil, we're glad you reached out to us, UCOradio@gmail.com.
3rd down and 10 for the Bearcats at the Bronco 33. Need to get it to the 23. Runke with 4 receivers, hard snap count. Broncos send 6. Throw left side, pass incomplete. Lots of pushing and shoving. Broncos fortunate there, I think, no flag as Willie Rice was in coverage, and it'll be 4th down.
I feel like wearing hot pink armbands is like the worst thing a DB can do. Like you just bring attention
right.
to everything you're doing with your arms. And it's like a highlighter, a literal highlighter. Just, maybe if we're thinking about our uniform choices, that's not the best area we want to highlight.
4th down and 10 from the UCO 33. Huge play for Northwest Missouri State here. Runke looking right, throwing. Pass is caught near the 1st down. It is a 1st down. What a throw and catch that time as John Jajari made the grab for 10 yards. That ball was thrown before he made his cut on the route. Great throw by Runke and a 1st down.
I thought he was short of the 1st down, but maybe caught it right at the mark. UCO gambled and brought the house that time. Quarterback recognized it, saw a receiver running a good route, put the ball where he thought the receiver could run up under it and catch it, and he did just that.
1st and 10 at the 23. Runke sends Atkins in motion, looking that way, throws to Atkins inside the 20 at the 19, and J.K. Moore pulls him back there. Clock will continue to run after a gain of 4. They'll give him 5 yards to the 18, where it'll be 2nd down and 5. 8:15 to go. Broncos up by 3 scores, 34-17. UCO led this one 31-7. Northwest Missouri State will not go away. And they have it in the red zone here. 2nd down from the 18. 2nd and 5. 3 receivers left for Runke from the right hash. Runke steps up, throws. Oh, Dylan Buckheit nearly picked it off. He jumped the route at the 10-yard line and couldn't hang on. It'll be incomplete for a 3rd down play coming up now, intended on the pass for Jamar Simpson.
Yeah, Buckheit he was trying to catch that ball above his head, so it was a dart that he was running forward on and trying to catch with his hands above his head. So a tough catch to make. Good job getting hands on it and preventing, breaking up the pass. Now 3rd down for the Bearcats.
3rd down from the 18, 3rd and 5. 4 down territory here for Northwest Missouri State. Runke Pumps right, now looking left, steps in, throws incomplete, over everyone's head. Boy, Runke got hit late. Broncos fortunate there, no roughing the passer, and it'll be 4th down. Now, if you're Northwest Missouri, you might think about the field goal here. It's a 3-score game.
Yeah, you're going to need it anyway, and so if you're close enough to get it here, you take the 3 points, and that looks to be what they're going to do.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, they send a personnel change. I was just going to say hi to Caleb Grazier, who emailed us from Cancun, Mexico. Caleb's nephew is UCO center Gabe Grazier. Emailed us here in the booth, ucoradio@gmail.com.
This will be a 35-yard field goal officially. Noah Guastella. Snap and hold are good. The kick is away. It's got plenty of leg. It looks good, and it's right down the middle. So the Broncos get a field goal to extend it back to 17. Northwest Missouri State answers right back with a field goal. We are coming up on the halfway point of the 4th quarter. 7:42 remaining. Broncos up by 2 touchdowns. 34-20 our score. This is UCO Bronco football. UCO leading Northwest Missouri State. 10-play, 51-yard drive, ending in a field goal for the Bearcats. Is again a high kick. Going to be fair caught by Kobe Stevens at the 5, and the Broncos will start at the 25-yard line. 7:38 to go in this game. UCO looking to improve to 6-0 for the first time since 2004, and a game for Northwest Missouri State, John, that is pretty much an elimination game when it comes to the playoffs. Hard to get in with 3 losses, and they're already at 4-2.
Yeah, it is tough in Division II. You know, it's they only take so many teams to the playoffs, and every game in the regular season is kind of a playoff game, especially in the MIAA, which is a rugged conference. And Northwest Missouri played a very tough out-of-conference game to start the season against Minnesota State, and then they lost to Nebraska Kearney, and now on the ropes against the Broncos.
1st and 10 Broncos, hand off to Jalen Cottrell running left, and he's going to get back to the line, and that's it. The Broncos have not got much going on the ground today, as Cottrell will run for no gain right back to the 25-yard line. Jalen on the afternoon for UCO. 9 carries for 55 yards, but most of those coming on 2 big pop runs.
Cottrell has the capability to break one, though. If they keep handing him the football, he's liable to get loose.
2nd down is Huff looking to throw. Throws to Davis out to the 30. 1st down to the 35 for Terrell Davis. They'll give him the 36-yard line, and Terrell Davis, with that catch, has tied the school record that he set earlier this year with his 14th grab of the afternoon. He's now over 150 yards receiving.
What an outstanding story Terrell Davis has been this season, and quite frankly the last few seasons, going from a kid who only played 1 year of high school football to one of the premier receivers in all of NCAA Division II, and a true offensive leader here for the Broncos.
6.5 minutes and ticking. 1st down Broncos from the 36. Huff hands to Cottrell again. Cottrell bouncing outside right. He's going to lose a yard back to the 35. Northwest Missouri State player tried to punch the ball out. It looked like he punched Cottrell right in the stomach. That's why you heard some groans from the Bronco fans. It's a loss of 1, and Broncos just can't get much movement up front today, John.
Yeah, no, they're having a tough time. This is definitely the best defensive line that the Broncos have played this year, or certainly the one that's given them the most trouble up front. Offensive line, probably going to have a lot of coachable moments in their film session, win or lose this ball game, and not performing like they have this season so far. 2nd
and 11. Huff will throw over the middle. Pass caught by Ashton Schumann. Gets away from a tackler in midfield inside the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. A dart from Jet Huff that Schumann went up and grabbed and got 12 more yards after the catch.
What a tough catch for Schumann to go up and get that thing. Gets hit in the midsection as he catches it, and that tackler is unable to bring him down. And as you said, he gets a few more yards after that before finally being brought to the turf. Big 1st down by the Broncos. The biggest thing is this clock continues to run. Broncos want to end this drive with some points, but they want to run some time as well. It has affected their tempo a little bit. You can see they're waiting a little longer in between snaps, trying to run a little more clock and give Northwest Missouri State less time.
27 yards on the play. Handoff Cottrell, right side, and he's stacked up at the line again. He gets right back to the line of scrimmage at the 38, where it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. That was Trey Melby in on the tackle for Northwest Missouri State.
maybe for the first time this season, I'm going to read an email while we're on offense, Todd. Going to say hi to Danielle Weyer, who emailed us from Fremont, Nebraska. Bearcat fan. She says rally time, and that rally time is running a little bit shorter here as there's 4:25 left in the game, and Northwest Missouri State down by 2 scores. But Danielle, we're glad you emailed us here, ucoradio@gmail.com.
4:16 on the clock as Huff takes a snap, throws left side. Terrell Davis, first down inside the 25 to the 24. And with that, Terrell Davis broke the record he set earlier this year, his 15th catch of the game. And a first down for UCO at the 24-yard line.
Officials
Looks like
timeout
we do have a
for an
timeout
injured
now
player.
for an injured player.
Yeah, Northwest Missouri State has a player down here on the near side. While we have that timeout, I want to tell you a couple things. First of all, we'll be back in action next Saturday. That game, 2 o'clock start in Tahlequah, as John and I will climb the, I believe, 138 steps. I think I counted them last year to get up to the press box at Northeastern State, as the President's Cup will be up for grabs next week as UCO will take on their in-state rival Northeastern State. Remember, that's a non-conference game this year. Doesn't count for the MIAA standings. And then also want to remind you that there are some other games going on right now. We'll check that scoreboard as Mo West leads Central Mo 24-20. Central Mo just scored with an extra point pending to try to cut that back to a 3-point game. Emporia, no Gunnar Gundy today. I'm not sure if he's injured, or I'm guessing he's injured because Ricky, their backup quarterback, Chase Ricky, has been in all game. And Emporia leads Missouri Southern 42-23 now. That game about midway through the fourth quarter. And one other game is at halftime. That's at Ron and Carroll Cope Stadium in Kearney, Nebraska, where Pitt State has not looked sharp in this one. They are struggling. It's 13-7 Gorillas at halftime over the Lopers. First down, Broncos at the Bearcat 24 after the injury timeout. Huff fakes a handoff, rolling right, looking, throwing, end zone. Delso, did he come down with it? It's incomplete.
He caught it. But
they're going to say he's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Couldn't come down in bounds.
Let's get a replay here in the stadium and see if a challenge flag needs to be thrown. I think he was out of bounds as they show it here to the Bronco faithful. And it looks like his hand came down out of bounds first before anything else hit the turf. Really good effort, though, to go catch that football by Delso.
I'll throw this at you. I mean, it might be one worth challenging. If you lose it, you lose a timeout, and I think UCO is going to challenge it. We'll hear from our referee.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Central Oklahoma has challenged that ruling. The previous play is under review.
I feel like our challenge record is not very good, though, at UCO.
Well,
we have not had a lot of plays. I can't remember any plays being overturned in our favor.
The problem is there's not as many cameras as you see like at a D1 or an NFL game. So it's just hard to find. Most of the ones that UCO has challenged has not been the call is confirmed. It's usually the call stands, which just means there's not enough to overturn it. This one's going to be close because I saw what you saw with his hand, but his knee hit right around the same time as his hand. And if you can really slow it down, maybe they can show that his knee hit in bounds first.
Well, and that's the thing is in the stadium when they show the replay, they don't always slow it down. They show it in real time a lot, and so it's hard to tell. And then during the replay, I think it's a conference mandate that they don't show replay in the stadium.
During the review, yes.
Now, it doesn't matter because that's not the same replay the officials are looking at. If you followed MIAA football, there's a configuration of cameras around the stadium. It's supposed to be standard in every MIAA stadium where those cameras are located. And those cameras are specifically dedicated to the instant replay booth. And so we don't get to see what the officials are looking at and what camera angles they have. But the rules still apply as far as overturning a call. You have to be able to see enough evidence to overturn the call. And the officials don't feel like they looked at this one very long. They're talking under the tent. They're no longer looking at it. And hopefully the UCO band is heckling them a little bit there, telling them to make it a touchdown, but we'll see what they tell the crowd.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Wow.
Jacob Delso got the knee down, and it's a touchdown for the Broncos. And UCO with the exclamation point with 3:47 to go. It's Broncos 40, Bearcats 20.
I think that might be the first challenge we've ever won. I know it's the first touchdown.
You need to say that every time we challenge one from here on out. We've never won one.
Well, I just don't think our record has been very good at getting those, but the Broncos will take it, and what a great challenge it turns out by Adam Dorrell. Don't listen to the stupid color guy in the radio booth. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, that's one of those where the Broncos aren't going to need to stop the clock again, so you might as well use it, right?
That is huge.
And that extra point by Quevedo is up and good, and the Broncos are up by 21 with 3:47 to play, on their way to 6-0. It's UCO 41, Northwest Missouri State 20. This is UCO Bronco football. To Jacob Delso, Huff's third touchdown pass of the game, as Quevedo will squib this one. It's going to be taken at the 31, out to the 40 or 39-yard line, I should say. I'll give him the 40-yard line on forward progress. That was Gannon Greigert. 441 yards through the air for Jet Huff today, John. 29 of 40, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Only 1 sack, and that was on a play where he tripped over his own feet. And Terrell Davis has broken the school record that he set earlier this year with 15 receptions. He's got 15 for 176 and a touchdown.
That's a great day. Although didn't Huff get sacked by the big defensive end when he got ankle tackled in the backfield?
Maybe that was the one that counted as a sack. Yeah. Maybe the other one counts as a run since no one touched him. As Runke will throw on first down over the middle. Pass caught, short gain. As Jake Weber made the grab out from the 40 to the 43. Noah West on the tackle. It'll be a 2nd and 7. 3:25 and ticking. Broncos up 3 scores. 41-20 our score. UCO 5-0 on the season. A little over 3 minutes away from 6-0. Broncos blitz, and Runke throws it to no one in particular. Landed right in the middle of the C in UCO, as it'll be a 3rd down and 7 now.
I want to say hi to Rick Thornhill, who emailed us in the booth, and also Jeff Slayton, who emailed us from Florida. A lot of emails from Florida today.
Glad they're doing okay.
I know, that's a good sign. They have cell service or power, right? So that's a good thing for our friends in Florida, but we're glad you guys emailed us here in the booth. We're glad everyone has this week. You got about 3 minutes to get it in, ucoradio@gmail.com.
3rd down and 7 from the 43. Need to get it to midfield as Runke, who throws. Pass complete at the 48. First down on the extra effort as Johnson missed the tackle there. And Weber will take it down to the Bronco 48. Gain of 9. Clock still rolling, under 3 minutes to play.
Missouri Western hits a touchdown and extends their lead to 31-21 over Central Missouri. 11:45 left to play in that one. 42-30 now, Emporia over Missouri Southern. Only 3 minutes left in that game, though. I think the Lions are going to run out of time.
From the Bronco 48, 1st and 10 Bearcats. 3-man rush as Runke will throw. Pressured, throws left side, incomplete. Good coverage by Kobe Stevens. Tried to get it out there to Weber again. It'll be a 2nd and 10 with 2:33 left on the clock.
UCO volleyball down 2-1 at Missouri Western, and currently in the 4th set, trailing 12-8. The Lady Broncos going to have to rally, win these last 2 sets to keep the undefeated season alive.
UCO at 18-0 on the year. Volleyball, that is. Runke will throw over the middle. Pass caught by Jajari. He dropped it. Picked up by Buckheit to the 35-40, 45-50. Buckheit down the sideline. 35-30. He's got a convoy to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Broncos! Exclamation point. Dylan Buckheit. It's 47-20 UCO.
That's the play where you got to jump in the waterfall, Todd. Just get the flag, take the celebration. Of course, then you might get hit by the cannon, so that's a calculated risk. The Broncos with the, like you said, the big exclamation point on a big day here in Edmond, Oklahoma. UCO 47, Northwest Missouri 20. Extra points still to come from Nicky Quevedo. Nice job by Buckheit, and nice job by the rest of the Bronco defenders getting down and setting up blocks for number 10 to put that thing in the end zone.
47-20 UCO. They average almost or over 50 a game, and they're nearly there again as Quevedo, for the 6th time this afternoon, will knock home the extra point. 48-20 Broncos by 4 touchdowns with 2:16 to play. This is UCO Bronco football. "70-yard fumble recovery, return for a touchdown by Dylan Buckheit. Broncos up 48-20. High kick taken at the 8-yard line. Myers brings it out to the 20, to the 23. That might have been what the Broncos are trying to do all those other times with the high kick. That one a little deeper, and Northwest Missouri State will take over at the 23-yard line. We appreciate everyone that's been in touch with us today, John, at ucoradio@gmail.com.
Paul Brown emailed us and said, okay, so if 2004 was the last time UCO was 6-0, when was the last time they started 7-0? Then he says Rolchos out of San Antonio, Texas. So the Broncos started 7-0 in 1999 and actually 8-0 before losing the last 2 games of the regular season and the first round of the playoffs. Just an injury-depleted team by that point in the season. We'll get to some further information on that after this play.
Runke on first down, throwing right side, knocked away. Akweze in coverage for the Broncos.
UCO started 12-0 and technically 13-0 in 1998. They were 12-0, lost in the quarterfinals of the NCAA Division II playoffs. That game was later forfeited by Texas A&M Kingsville because they used 23 ineligible players. So on paper, 13-0, but you have to go back to 1999 for 7 or 8-0, which the Broncos will be trying to do over the next 2 weeks. Paul, thanks for the question.
Second down and 10 as Runke will throw. Runke directing traffic, rolling right, floats one upfield, picked off. J.K. Moore with the interception. And he'll fall to the turf at the 48-yard line as the Broncos get their exclamation point. A minute 54 to go, and UCO can take a knee and improve to 6-0.
2 minutes.
Can you get a taunting
Timeout.
penalty in the process of making the interception? Because I think if you can, that might have been it. But the referees do not throw a flag, and UCO will take over here and probably run this thing out. We did get an email from a Northwest Missouri fan in Omaha, Rich Tockheim, if I'm pronouncing that right. He says, we would like to use our mulligan and start this game over. Rich, we understand. We've been on the other end of many games like this against Northwest Missouri State. And
I think my first year here was a 70-7.
Yeah,
the first
brutal beatdowns the first couple years in the MIAA, and some really good contests where the Broncos came out on the short end against Northwest Missouri. So Broncos have put together a solid season this year. They have a good football team, and it showed again today here in Edmond. And, man, I think the sky's the limit for this team, Todd.
So the Broncos will take over at the Northwest Missouri State 48-yard line. I do just want to, while we have a second here, I want to, again, you had said this in the first half, but we want to send our best wishes to Brandon Meisner, who, I don't know if he's still tuning in right now, but I know I was told earlier this week by Matt Tritton, who usually does the Northwest Missouri State games, that Brandon would probably be watching today on the broadcast. And we all obviously not only want him to get better and get well and continue to stay as healthy as possible, but also I think, we've probably done this before, but it deserves to be said how big he is for Division II football with d2football.com.
Yeah, 100%. That website has been a great community now for 24, 25 years, and Brandon was behind that from the beginning, and we'll just continue to send our well wishes to Brandon. And you can go on d2football.com. There's a T-shirt that they're selling that's going to supply some funds to Brandon's recovery. Go on there and support that, d2football.com.
Dev Matthews will get a late carry here for the Broncos and take it 3 yards down to the 45. It'll be a second down and 7. Broncos with 2 more home games left, and they should be really big games. So if you're listening, you need to get out here to Chad Richardson Stadium. October 26th against Pittsburgh State, who is a top 10 ball club right now, and looks like if they can hold on in the second half, we'll improve to 5-1 today. And then last game of the season against Emporia State, last regular season game that is, here in Edmond.
Well, and the Pitt State game is on TV.
There's a handoff to Matthews on second down for about a yard.
It's going to be televised in the Oklahoma City market. It's going to be televised as the MIAA Game of the Week in the Kansas City market. And these guys you know, if we think if they're where we think they're going to be when that Pitt State game comes around, this stadium deserves to be full. These guys deserve that support. I want to see UCO alum, UCO fans, community members in Edmond, UCO students to get out here and support the Broncos here when they play Pitt State in a couple weeks back at home. And let's show the folks that are going to watch this game on television in different markets what UCO football is all about.
Broncos have to take one more snap here. It'll likely be a handoff to Dev Matthews. It is. Matthews running right to the 45, bounces outside, gets near the first down. He's fighting to the 39, and that should do it. The clock will hit 3 zeros, and the Broncos will keep that 0 in the loss column. 48-20, the Broncos win by 4 touchdowns today, and UCO is 6-0 on the season with a trip to Tahlequah coming up next Saturday afternoon, and then 4 big MIAA conference games at the end of the year as UCO tries to end their 20-year postseason drought here in Adam Dorrell's 3rd season. John, your thoughts on the ball game?